Are you guys ready for Dracula 3? I think you should pick the fourth one because it looks like a goat. An angry goat. That's the one.
Is that the one?
Thanks a bunch.
Man, we're already look. Is it just me or is this hard to read?
I can read it.
I can read it, but against that background, I think it's hard to read.
Mm. Duh.
Okay, is that us?
The Vatican. Yeah, we're different characters.
Is it the fear of death that is tormenting you?
Yeah, that's
the fear
loud.
of suffocating, Monsignor. At Caporetto, a shell
we're gonna have to
buried
turn that
my
down.
unit. I was the lone survivor.
God spared your life. May he bring peace to your soul.
His word guides me through my trials. After my nightmare, I opened the Bible and read this passage from Isaiah. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Ah, no. You use the Bible to interpret your dreams. Please, don't sink to superstition.
Your Eminence, since God rules the world, nothing happens by chance. Everything is the expression of his will. Everything must have a sense.
And it is not in the power of man to discover it. Ah, no. Your hunger for answers leads you astray. Please, let's get back to the matter at hand. The congregation is sending you to Vladoviste in the bishopric of Alba Iula.
In Transylvania? The region has just been annexed by Romania, has it not?
Until I need the
To
note.
be sure. They speak mostly Romanian there, as well as a little Hungarian and German. 3 languages you know well. You will investigate the case of Martha Calugarul, a physician and scientist who died a few months ago.
Not as cool as Dorco.
And we're already investigating?
The postulator of her cause has presented solid arguments to justify a rapid process. Naturally, this mustn't influence you, but you know your duty, don't you, Mr. Devil's Advocate?
Toot toot. That man was creepy as hell.
Devil's Advocate, promoter of the faith. Monsignor Briganti has
So
entrusted me with
loud.
a great responsibility. God help me be worthy of it. Will Martha Caligaro one day be counted among the saints of the Catholic Church? I hope so, but truth must prevail. My investigation must leave nothing in the dark.
Okay, right click and then go into options. Menu, I guess. Yeah, turn that down. That was so loud.
Voice volume way down. Music volume way down. Sound effects.
Yeah,
Toot toot way down.
that should be good, hopefully. You can save. Does this take place a little after the first two? I'm actually not sure when this takes place. Tim says, advice at the beginning, when you use the walkthrough, make sure to read every paper that you find. Look at all pages of books, and when you have to examine pictures or objects with the magnifier, you should do so. Also, always go through the whole conversation. Otherwise, it can happen that at a certain point you will have to go back and do all the things, because without the knowledge of this, the game will not go on.
Oh, so you can't.
So he needs to have the knowledge of
Yeah,
whatever.
you have to encounter stuff. You can't just read the walkthrough and do it. If you run into something like this, have a look at your objectives option in the inventory and see what objectives are not marked as done. Okay.
Sounds good. Oh, cool, pond water.
The pro tag here is voiced by the talented and frequently occurring David Gassman, who also voices similar sounding Lucas Kane in Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit. I don't know what Indigo Prophecy is. Is it a game?
Yeah, it was before Heavy Rain.
Oh, it's one of those.
Mm. The game follows 2000's Dracula Resurrection and Dracula Last Sanctuary. Although the storyline is unrelated to either game, Path of the Dragon takes place in 1920 and follows Father Arno Moriani of the Sacred Congregation of Rites, who is sent to the village of Vladiviste in the
diocese of Alba Iula in Transylvania to investigate the possible canonization of a recently deceased doctor, Martha Caligarl.
Martha! This is less pixely. Maybe there won't be hidden BS at your feet. I think this came out like several years later.
Well, we have no feet.
No feet, just like Fire Emblem.
So our...
Awakening.
Yeah.
You took NyQuil, so you might not make it through the night, but also don't want to develop a fourth eye. The third is already enough. Oh, Splinter.
This is not the time to take the train. I still have things to do here.
All right. Well,
Trying
I
to
thought
leave.
maybe I could walk along the platform.
No.
Before anything else, let's try to find that inn where I reserved my room.
The Inn of the Prancing Pony. Oh. This is a welcoming place.
My lord, the war has caused so much damage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so this is right after World War I. If it takes place in 1920.
And this game came out in 2008. So quite a few years between Last Sanctuary and this one.
That looks populated.
That huge, brightly lit building must be the inn.
Bro, wait until you see World War II. All right.
Ring the bell. Ding. This lady
Hello,
looks
miss.
like the other lady
I'm Father Arno Moriani.
in the first game.
Ah, you're the one who's come from Rome about Martha. Hello, Father. Your room's waiting. First one on the right at the top of the staircase. You already got a letter. I put it on your table.
Why are
Thank
you
you,
from, like,
Hosanna, Father. Call me Hosanna.
the
It's
South?
the name they christened me with.
I can't place
What?
her accent.
Oh, yeah. Really well. She saved my kid, you see. He was real sick. She sent him to the seashore.
Is that like
Doctor
sending
put
him
it like
on a
this.
farm upstate?
Hosanna, your boy's got to change climates. And if it'll make the difference for you, I'll pay the expenses. That woman was truly a saint. I often go pray on her grave. Oh, yes, one thing. Young Master Peckmaster told me he'd sure like to meet you.
Mr. Peckmaster?
Yeah, Janos
Yeah.
Peckmaster. He's one of my lodgers. He got the room across from yours. He's in the parlor right now.
Very well. I'll go say hello now.
Now ring the bell to annoy her, then try to arrest her and get fired.
That's the outbox for the mail.
As you
What a
do
delicious looking basket.
in point and
I
clicks.
see the inn's kitchen lacks for nothing, which, for that matter, is astonishing in this ruined country.
Some celery stalks and garlic?
Well, they gotta protect against Dracula, probably. That's what the garlic's for.
Oh, you're right. Is in the parlor.
Hello, Father. Delighted to meet you.
I didn't do that.
I'm Janos Peckmaster, assistant professor in the medieval history department at the University of Alba Iula.
Father Arno Moriani of the Congregation of Rites.
Do you need the fan?
I won't ask you what you've come here
Do you want me to
for.
turn it off?
The whole village is
Yeah.
aware of it.
I don't need
And
it.
you? What brings you to Vladiviste?
I'm verifying some locations and doing a little excavation at the Castle of Twilight on the heights near the village.
That must be fascinating.
Well, you look like you're
Is
trying
the
to be
structure
Carlisle
well
Cullen.
preserved?
Ugh.
Before the war, it was in perfect condition. Unfortunately, it suffered enormously during the 1916 counteroffensive. Just between us, it
Okay,
was a
we're not gonna
terrible
voice our own
defeat for
lines.
the
I'm gonna have to read
Romanian
them.
army. Without its allies' help, Romania would never have obtained Transylvania.
I hope that a world of peace will grow over all these
We
ruins.
can hope so.
I was in the war as a priest medic in the Italian army. I was at Asiago and Caporetto.
As for me, I prefer forgetting all those years.
That's the wise thing to do. I wish I could do the same.
Do you want to meet me tomorrow at the Castle of Twilight?
Do you
can
want
see the
to
ruins
meet
from the
me tomorrow?
village. To get up there, go through the crossroads of the Broken Oak.
That would be a great pleasure.
Do you want to meet me tomorrow at the Castle of Twilight?
Stop.
You can see the ruins from the village.
Stop.
To get up there, go through the
tried.
crossroads of the Broken
The
Oak.
space bar did not
That would
stop
be a great
him.
pleasure.
Okay, so that's just a history of dialogue.
It's just a chronological history of dialogue?
Well, wait, go back.
That could get so long.
Yeah. Go into objectives. Go to my room and read my mail. Advice. How about consulting the Bible? Go to the document interface, select Bible, and click button open the book at random as many times as needed until the icon stops blinking?
What?
Is his expression.
Click on the open the book at random?
You'll discover wise words, sometimes even
There it is.
predictions, which are strikingly in tune with your situation. Nevertheless, no, it's the line that's underlined.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, I hope you know Latin.
No, hover your. It says, nevertheless, you are thrust down to your grave, the recesses of the pit.
Well, we're going to need this.
At least they gave it to you.
Yeah. So we're making the Bible an oracle? That's what guides all my decisions.
Okay, so you gotta go check your mail.
Would have helped if she had told us which room was ours.
That
I
one.
guess it's this one.
Nope.
I have no business being here.
Oh, we're just
Okay.
being a creep. Okay, well. Time to find another door.
This must be the room of Janos Peckmester.
I don't
Break
know how
in.
you know that.
Smells of tobacco. My next door neighbor is a heavy smoker.
It's like, that's how I knew it was his room. It's stinky.
This must be my room.
This is a sinner's room.
Could feel the sin.
I can smell the sin.
Permeates. Is that your mail?
A missive from the Diocese of Alba Eula. It concerns Martha.
Whoa, look at her one eye.
Whoa.
She's
She's
like-
a zombie.
She might be a zombie.
She was born in 1871. Orphaned at the age of 10. At the age of 20, passes an examination organized by the Vesnicia Foundation and receives a grant to pursue medical studies. She was the first Romanian woman admitted to the examination for the Royal Hospital internship. And a year later, successfully passes the experimental physiology qualifying exams, 1902. While working at the laboratory at the University of Bucharest, an accidental explosion projects concentrated acid on her face. She survives the burns.
Oh, okay.
This
like-
is a long document. Oh, boy.
I thought I at first thought that like maybe he was seeing something, like it was supposed to indicate.
Oh, he can see like some kind of demonic possession?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, but oh, I didn't realize she was actually in an accident.
I'm trying to do what the walkthrough said to do. You have to look at every page.
Well, yeah, you just have to make sure that he retains it, and then we'll
Yeah.
probably.
Because I'm not going to read all this stuff.
Wow, that's
Um,
creepy.
That's, yeah, super creepy.
Why?
That's
I
her
guess she was
and-
wearing a veil because of that.
Of that. That's her and Professor von Kruger after a conference given at the Bucharest Academy of Sciences. He looks like a creep.
He does look like a creep.
Vladivista after the counteroffensive of the Central Empires, so that's war-torn here. She refused to leave. Okay, so she stayed here throughout the war and cared for people. The dispensary where Martha worked was spared by the bombings, so they're probably going to count that as a miracle. And she died in 1920.
So she wasn't that old.
She wasn't very old. 1871 to she was 50. Oh. Okay, there's her grave. Her grave is the object of immediate devotion. The faithful who would go to pray there mentioned several cases of recovery. It must be noted that Vladivista is one of the rare Catholic villages in the primarily Orthodox area.
Okay. So why are we looking for information about her?
We have a little magnifying glass. Because he's here investigating this stuff to see if it's legit, because then they would canonize her as a saint.
Oh, I see. So he's here to like see if people are getting miraculously
This
healed.
biography cannot
Yeah.
be objective, of
Oh,
course,
okay.
but it helps to capture
I was
Martha's
very distracted by
personality.
how loud they were
It's about
talking in
time
the
I seriously started my investigation.
So I think I missed.
Yeah. So they're hearing those claims. He's making sure that
Hello?
it's legit.
I see you in the corner.
Oh my god, that's creepy. Look at that. Huh?
I'm surprised you just noticed. That was the first thing
I did just
noticed.
notice. Good lord, a little mini me.
It's in the corner.
All right, I can't look at anything else.
This oak wardrobe is very solid.
Okay.
This oak wardrobe is very solid.
Am I gonna have to hide in it later? This is a nice cozy room. It's nothing like the creepy room that we stayed in at the last inn.
Yeah. Why
Why
can
can
you
I lock the
that? That's ominous.
And it notes there that canonizing her would be politically useful for improving ties between the Vatican and the Orthodox in this region. Oh, so we've got a little intrigue. Have an ulterior motive.
What if we find out that she's a witch?
I mean, you know. All right, so we can use this old phone. But not right now. If we find out that she's a
Splinter?
witch.
Yeah, everyone sounds like they are English.
Can we look at anything else in here? Oh. Really hope I don't have to look at every one of these books.
The Monte Septimanal. That's a regional weekly. The issues are bound, classified by year.
We're going to have to pick out one of these years.
Oh, God.
It'll probably be some event that happened in the past, and we'll have to like find the right year and look something up in those.
Maybe you have to read every single one to get your objective.
I'm gonna quit now. Ball in red and black. Who's the cutie here? Am I right? Ooh, ooh.
No. No. Why are you making your character a pervert? I thought you were supposed to be against sinning.
Oh, yes. I'm a clergyman. I can't have those kinds of thoughts.
All right, what's your objective? Say no.
Contact the parish priest, visit Martha's grave, and visit the dispo where Martha worked.
So can we just leave and go do that?
Probably. Yes.
Well, here we go.
Nobody in the streets. What a gloomy atmosphere.
Skip. To skip a line in a dialogue, press the space bar.
I tried that and it didn't. Is that dog gonna attack you?
It's not polite to burst in on people this way.
Oh, is this somebody's house?
I should ring.
I guess. I should ring. You can... Wait, no. Yeah,
That is
just
the
ring.
dispensary.
Come in! It's open! Come here! I'm in the kitchen.
Oh.
Hello, miss. I'm Father Arno Moriani.
I am Dr. Maria Florescu. Have you come from the Vatican, Father?
Ah, I see that news travels quickly.
Hosanna is a chatterbox, you know. So, I've learned that you reserved a room at the inn, and that you've come with regard to the canonization of Martha Calogarul.
To be more exact, I'm here to conduct a preliminary inquiry. In fact, I'd like to ask you a few questions in that respect, but I hope I'm not bothering you, Doctor.
Call me Maria, please, and I'd be very happy to help you.
What do you know about Dr. Calogarl?
I've read the research she published. I also know about her through what the villagers say, and from the traces she left in this house. She led an austere life and worked a great deal. Her only distraction was photography. All her equipment is still here.
Maybe she got a picture of a demon.
Yeah, she took a picture of something. We're going to have to develop her film. May I ask what brought you here to work?
I'd wanted to set myself up since the end of my studies, but I didn't have the money to buy a practice. The Vesnicia Foundation offered me this job after the death of Dr. Calogarul. I accepted it right away. I'm put up, I earn a salary for tending to the poor, and I can develop a small private practice on the side. Don't hesitate to come back if you think I can help you, or I can stop by the inn if you prefer.
You will always be welcome, but please, don't go to the trouble. I'll come by again.
She keeps brushing off the table. That's suspicious. She's gonna die and then come with us? As Dracula too?
This isn't the right time.
Okay.
This isn't the right time.
Stick your face in there.
Just stick my face in the stove.
Yeah, why not?
This isn't the right time.
You gotta wait till she's not here, and then you can mess around. Maybe that's it.
Fidel,
Hello.
lie down. I'm sorry. That dog is unbearable.
No, he's not. He's a good watchdog.
You're kind. He's a good dog. His presence is reassuring. He keeps prowlers away, and any cats or foxes who might attack my birds.
Nothing bad better happen to Fidel.
All right. It's through that window because it's broken.
I thought I saw something move behind that window a while ago. Was I dreaming? The house seems abandoned.
I mean, the sign has a coffin. Let's go see if Dracula's in there.
Oh, we can't. We walked past
Man.
it.
Hey, Chaos Piper. Her grave's probably up there.
This doesn't seem like a place to go to be healed.
No, it seems like
a-
you might be killed. Why is your heart beat? You should read the Bible to calm down.
My heart's beating?
I can hear it. Isn't that what that is? Stopped.
Okay, it stopped. It's probably over there.
Oh, Gravedigger. Should go say hello.
Hey, sir.
I'm not Grave Robin.
Oh, Lord.
How do you do? I'm Father Arno Moriani of the Sacred
He
Congregation of
looks like a
Rites.
potato.
Ah, you're the one come for our Martha. Welcome, Father. I'm Jordan Michu, gravedigger and sexton of the parish.
Can I speak to the parish
Father
priest?
Gregorio
gonna kill
Nicescu,
you.
He left for the south on a cure. He was real tired. Especially after the death of Martha, she helped him a lot with his good works. The bishop hasn't found a replacement yet, so once again we got no priest, like during the war.
Is it possible to contact Father Gregoriou?
He left a phone number. Ask for Costanza 135.
PS1 Hagrid has competition.
Did you know Dr. Martha Caligaro well?
Sure, I knew her. She was a darn good doctor, with all due respect. And she had guts. She saved a lot of folks during the war. And then, young Ariel, that everybody was sure had an evil eye cast on him and was sure to die. But that ain't all.
Yes?
She works miracles.
Explain that to me.
Weren't for her, I'd have the back all busted. 'Cause, let me tell you, she heals even better since she died. That's why people go to her grave and light candles there.
Huh. I visited Dr. Maria Florescu.
She's real pretty, but as a doctor, don't tell her, Father, but she ain't up to our Martha. She couldn't do anything for my backache. But luckily, I leaned on Martha's gravestone and said 3 prayers, and the next day, I was cured.
I'll leave you. You seem to have a great deal of work.
He's like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Well, with all due respect, Father, I gotta move the old ones to make room for the newcomers.
You're just digging people up and moving them around?
Why?
That seems pretty rude. Why can't you just dig a new grave?
Out of space. What is he doing with the bodies, though?
Sir, do you know about cremation?
Always faithful.
All right. We can walk past him.
Maybe Dracula has been healing people. Like, maybe he's a good guy and he's, like, healing
He turned
people.
good.
Maybe.
Here's a wooden church, typical of the region. What luck that the bombing spared it.
Dracula's energy kept them away.
Put him in a charnel house. You take the old bones and pack them away in a building?
What? I guess I don't know a lot about what you do with a corpse.
I don't.
I think cremation was really frowned upon back then. So, like, they would wait until people were decayed enough that they were just bones? Man, you'd have to keep records. Like, when did I bury this one?
Yeah.
I guess the date is on the headstone.
Hey!
Hey! Just a little kid.
Hello, my name is Ionel.
Hello, son. I am Father Arno.
Okay, it is.
You're the one who's come to get Martha into heaven?
Oh, I'm not the one who decides that, you know. I'm just here to question people to find out who she was.
Did you know Martha well?
She gave injections. When I was little, that scared me, but she always gave me candy afterwards. She was nice. And she's even nicer since she's dead.
Is that so? Explain that to me.
She protects people. When you go to some bad spot in the middle of the night, you have to repeat 3 times, Saint Martha, protect me, and nothing will happen to you. The gravedigger told me that. And also, when you burn a candle on her grave, you can make a wish.
Have you made one?
I asked Martha to send me a friend to play with. I had one, but he died. And then another one, but he left. So now
Thank you.
I'm bored.
Do you know Dr. Maria Florescu?
She's beautiful. You can see she's a lady from the city. She's the one who gives injections now. She gave one to me, but I'm not scared anymore.
Cool. Thanks, kid.
That kid looks like a ventriloquist dummy.
I was going to say that. But then I thought it was rude.
I mean, it is probably rude, but...
All right, so there's all the gifts and like offerings.
I can think of even more rude things to say
Closed.
that aren't appropriate for stream.
All right. That checked off. All right, that checked off our objective. Contact the parish priest.
You have to call.
Constanza 135.
So I guess you can just go back and maybe...
We can try to use the phone.
Mm-hmm. Splinter. No, I assumed you were going to... I assumed you were talking about our character. I feel like our character is too boring. Like, Jonathan was a doof.
Yeah, Jonathan was funny. This guy's not yet.
No.
Where am I going?
See, don't you hear the heartbeat?
Maybe. Oh, okay. This is a battlefield.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't want to be out here. Where's the town?
You have to go back the way you came.
There it is. These weird cinematics of him just walking. I keep waiting for something to happen and it doesn't. Okay. Train station. There's the dispensary. There's the inn.
Transylvania Telephone Company. Number, please.
No number. Changed my mind. Hi, DJM.
Hey, DJM. Constanza, 135.
Just one moment, please. You're connected.
You're connected.
Greenleaf Rest Home. Good day.
Could I speak to Father Grigoriu Nigescu, please? This is Father Arno Moriani.
One moment, I'll see.
This is Father Gregorio Nigescu.
Hello, this is Father Arno Moriani. I belong to the Sacred Congregation of Rites, and I'm investigating the case of the late Martha Caligaro.
Ah, yes, I'm aware of that.
Yep, DJM, we're playing Dracula 3.
I think you should call your ex-wife.
Why does the phone have eyes? That does look like eyes.
It's watching you.
How's your health, Father?
Not very good, actually, since you ask. But what good does it do to talk about it? Prayer is my only comfort.
That sucks. What do you think of Martha Caligaro?
She was a good Christian, courageous, charitable, and she attended Mass regularly. I appreciated her a great deal.
Dang, sounds like someone could benefit from medical science.
Splinter.
May I ask, without beating around the bush, if you consider Martha Caligaro a saint?
Some of my parishioners think so. The diocese realized that and asked for the case to be opened. Myself, I don't know. Things like that are way beyond me, you know.
Goodbye, Father Grigoriu. I wish you
Wow.
a good rest.
Goodbye, Father Arno.
We got nothing from that call.
Well, I think I've done enough for this first day at Vladiviste. It's time to go to bed.
Well, fuck this.
Time
I'm
to
going
go
to bed.
I sound, for being Italian, I sound very American.
Yeah, everyone in this game sounds American. For the most part.
Wow, I'm dead tired. Got to go directly
He's
to bed.
dead tired, guys.
You should save. Well,
Can't.
I don't know. I just thought Dracula might come in.
Just thought Dracula might come in.
He might come in your window.
Johan, may I come up?
I can't move the camera.
Luciano,
Johan.
Are we?
is it really you? I can't believe it.
Oh, she's
Come
undead.
to me.
Save. Remember in the one we could die?
I remember when we could die last night. All right. Okay.
The fuck?
Oh, Lord, free me from night terrors. What a strange nightmare. I think I need to refresh my ideas. What if I went to visit Janos at the castle?
I stepped toward the door because I was going to lock it.
Yeah. Go over to the other door.
There is no other door. It's where this cabinet is.
Oh. Well, maybe it's behind the cabinet. Remember, he was like, this
I
is
really
sturdy.
would like to move this wardrobe.
Uh-huh.
Mm. So I wonder if we can get something that would help us move it. Because I'm assuming it's in front of the connecting door.
What are the gargoyle faces on the save screen? Is it difficulty level? I hope not.
No, they're just different save
I think,
slots.
yeah, they're just different memory spaces. Oh. That's that. What's my objective now? Go see Janus Peckmester at the Castle of Twilight. Which we needed to get to... you can see the ruins from the village. To get up there, go through the crossroads of the Broken Oak. Oops. Locked myself in.
Please, Father, I have something to tell you.
Who? What up?
Mr. Stefan Luca, a reporter from the city, arrived here this morning. He's in the parlor. He sort of told me to kind of tell you he'd like to talk to you.
I think she's
reporter?
trying to
Very
do
well, I'll
a
go.
British accent.
Wait, Father. I also wanted to tell you. I have to make up the room to the right of yours for Mr. Luca. And maybe it's dumb, but I don't dare go in it anymore.
Oh, why is that, Ozana?
Why?
Well, it's like it was kind of cursed.
Really? What makes you think that?
The spot. The black spot. The more I rub, the less it goes away. And then the crucifix. It falls down on its own.
Oh, really?
Come. What can I do to reassure you?
Please, put the cross back in place. I don't dare touch it. And bless the room. That way, I'll be able to go in it to do the housework.
The room next to it, so it's this one. Look at the upside down cross.
Hmm.
Is that a painting of like the Tower of Babel?
Don't know.
There's the door.
This bolt was forced a long time ago.
So these are joined rooms,
Mm-hmm.
and the cabinet is in the way on that side.
Right.
It is the Tower of Babel.
Here's the black spot that frightens Ozana so much.
Oh, somebody was murdered there.
Yeah.
Gloria Patri, e Filio, e Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio, et nunc, et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
It was hanging upside down for so long it left a mark on the wall.
Well, she hasn't been in here to clean, so.
There's no mirror in this one.
Hmm. Does Dracula hang out here at night?
It looks like one of those mini trampolines that you get for a little kid.
Yeah, Dracula is bouncing on it. He's got to keep the fun. So I'm assuming he's just drinking from people over there, and then it leaves a blood spot.
It looks like there was one murder, or like a murder where there was a body there.
Maybe. Oh no, it's the vampire room. Keep locking yourself in.
Ozana,
Hey, did it.
I put the crucifix back in place and said a prayer. Are you reassured?
Thank you, Father. Thanks a lot. I'll be able to fix up the room.
All right. Are you going to move? Oh. Doesn't matter. I have to go down this way. Push the bed against the wall and no one would notice. Isn't it daytime?
Well, yeah, like what time of day is this? How long did we sleep?
Do I have a map? No.
I don't think so.
Whoops. Turn. See. Oh, I don't want to forget that guy. Before I get too far away from the Inn of the Prancing Pony here. I want to talk to the guy waiting for me in the parlor.
Oh, there's another mirror.
Hey, it's me.
Father Arno, I was expecting you.
Look at this
Delighted
character.
to meet you, Father. Concerning Martha, I mean Dr. Calugarl, it's very important that you know. She was murdered.
What are you saying?
Right out with
Wow.
Oh, I didn't introduce myself. Stefan Luca, journalist. It's a good thing that you're here. Since the departure of Father Gregoriou, this village really needed a priest.
Yet I didn't come to replace him.
Of course, I know why the Vatican has sent you, for Martha's canonization. But
That just makes
I
it sound like
wanna
they're going to
talk
shoot
with
her
you
out of a
about something
cannon.
else. There's something much more serious. Martha, well, she was killed for defying evil. My God. I should have helped her more. I wrote an article, but he prevented me from publishing it. He's very powerful, you know. Martha was not his first victim.
I'm afraid
Look,
I
they're
don't
running out of
follow.
room in the ground, so
Are
they
you
just started
skeptical?
shooting them all
I was
in
too.
cannons.
But read this letter that Martha sent me 3 months before her death.
Sir, I read your last letter with a certain irritation, I must admit. Let's see, the people I am telling you about are afraid to fall asleep, hear voices, walk in their sleep, and present strange stigmata. Finally, and most importantly, they die of a devastating and inexplicable anemia from blood loss.
Drained of blood.
And you believe that it is simply a matter of nervous affliction. Even Professor von Kruger, so conventional in his approach, admitted that it was something else than a nervous disorder. I will send you the medical files. Please examine them, and you will change your opinion. Please believe me, a strong force is at work, and I will be in great need of allies to be able to counter it. Sir, please accept my sincerest greetings. After it starts out with, you pissed me off, man. Please accept my sincerest greetings. Okay.
Man, it would suck to be sick in the
Here
olden
are the
times.
notes Martha kept.
And they're like, I don't know,
Once
you've got a
read the
nervous
file on
disorder,
each
have some
victim,
leeches.
you'll
And you're
be
like,
convinced.
okay, well,
I'm sure.
they're already anemic. Like,
Marion Marescu Prada. Road mender. All right, these are just the patient files.
repeated transfusions, patient declares himself cured, then he was found dead in his bed, drained of blood. Well, F. Child complains of nightmares, sleepwalking, sedative prescribed. Anemia symptoms observed. Noted hematoma on the neck. Well, child held at the dispensary. The child dies. 'Cause you fell asleep during your shift. This is on you.
I seek the help of G. Who's G?
Is that the father?
Gregorio?
Maybe.
Might be. Due to threat of war, the police were not able to come. They just diagnose you with woman.
Yeah, that too. Or as a
Unknown.
witch.
Unknown young woman, amnesiac young woman left on the roads by the war. God knows how she arrived in our village. What is this? There's something called a P anomaly. I noticed several blue marks, no clear wounds, but strange hematoma on the neck.
Is hematoma like, does that just mean a puncture?
It's like the pooling of the blood, like a pooling of a blood clot on the surface of the skin. Remember the bodies had them in Mortuary Assistant?
Oh.
That's the only reason I know that.
I mean, I assumed hema, it had to do with blood. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, so she's talking about like the whatever evidence that is of the vampire drinking from them. G comes to see me. We applied the traditional method. Exorcism?
Yeah.
But the young woman leaves as soon as the dispensary surveillance lightens up. roams aimlessly around the village at night. Then she's found dead in the
Uh.
cemetery near the grave with the wild rose bush,
Should we go there?
drained of blood. Could you turn the little lamp on?
Yeah.
I'm going to start just writing some stuff down.
Police finally came to the scene. The investigation is botched. Inspector Lupar's conclusion. The victim died of cold? Your mouse is in the way. This is shameful. I must do something. How, like, why would you think that she died of cold if she has the, like, the hematoma in her neck? And you're like, must have been a cold. She died of old.
Wild rose bush grave. Okay. Okay, here's Ozana's son, Ariel Vulpesco. Ozana's son, the father's dead. Intelligent but spoiled and turbulent.
Wait, is that who we talked to in the cemetery? The kid?
He didn't give us his name.
Oh.
Mother's concerned the child is not well. The P anomaly was detected. What is the P anomaly?
Vampire. It's P.
A test done with a few months earlier did not show anything. Sent the child to the seaside far from here. And there he recovered with no relapse. He must stay there.
Okay, so
So
not
that
the
can't
kid
be
we
him.
talked to. I thought she said that he was sent away, but I just wasn't sure. But that, I'm assuming that just means that because he was sent away, Dracula couldn't get to him
Yeah.
and finish the job.
All right, let's...
It's a good book, isn't it? It summarizes the events.
It's a
rather
good book,
well.
isn't it?
Who does he sound like? He sounds like somebody.
The documents you showed me are astonishing. However, I'm surprised Dr. Calugarl entrusted you with them. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all.
Medical secrecy is a secondary issue when human lives are at stake. Think of it. The identified victims are just the latest ones. Martha was convinced
So
that
you
there
stole
were many
them.
others over the past years. No, the past centuries. She wanted me to alert public opinion, but the editors of my paper were pressured. Our enemy is very influential. We have to do something.
Who is your enemy,
Let's see.
sir?
I agree that these files are very disturbing, but we can't take the place of the police.
Martha
Why
contacted
not?
them a number of times, to no result.
Perhaps they didn't take her seriously. We should call back to explain the situation calmly.
The police, once again, didn't do their job.
They'll listen to
Call
us,
them,
the
and you'll
boys.
see.
That would seem to be the most reasonable course, if you don't have any objection.
Go right ahead. The telephone is in the next room. When you realize the ineffectiveness of the police, come back to see me.
Okay.
Background stuff about her mentioned one of her last acts before her death was to pay for a sick child's trip to the sea. Okay, so she
I
was
can't
like,
borrow this without permission.
she was like, we need to get him out of here.
Number, please.
The police.
The police.
You want the police?
You want the police?
Yes, put me through to the police station in charge of La Vista, please.
Hold the line. You're connected.
Provincial police, what is it?
This is Father Moriarty.
What is it?
Well, several people died in Vladoviste in mysterious circumstances.
Vladoviste? You have the wrong department. You have to contact the Transylvania Regional Brigade. Ask for Inspector General Brutar at Alba Eula 22.
Okay, wonder if we can do that right now.
Number, please.
You gotta love it. Look at the old phone, how there's these little slips of paper here and something to write on.
Mm.
Because there's no way to record messages. Alba Eula 22.
He's gonna be like, no, you gotta call some.
Please hold.
You gotta call somewhere else.
You're connected.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the runaround.
Imagine.
This is Inspector Brutar.
Hello, this is Father Arno Moriani. I belong to the Sacred Congregation of Rites. I've come to Vladiviste to investigate the case of Martha Caligaro in view of her eventual canonization.
Martha Caligaro. I remember her well. Always bothering my men with unbelievable stories and groundless complaints. She wasn't a bad woman, but she had a screw loose.
I'll note your opinion.
More
Inspector, I'm
Americans on the other
calling
end of this
because
phone.
My investigation has revealed several suspicious deaths, which all occurred in Vladiviste. They could very well be murders.
Give me the names of the supposed victims.
Marian Marescu, dead in October 1913. Seldrick Maliskal in July 1916. And an unidentified young girl who died in November 1919.
You only see one person every 3 years?
Exactly what you're talking about. Wasn't it a certain Stefan Luca who transmitted this information to you?
Well, that is...
Of course it's him. Don't believe anything he tells you. He's just been fired by his newspaper. He's just
Wildcat!
Father Moriani.
He hit that name hard.
Our country is currently in the grip of a certain agitation, and the Catholic minority isn't viewed very positively by certain political groups. So, if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't prolong my visit to Transylvania.
Thank you for your advice, but you understand that I can't leave without carrying out my mission.
Okay, concerning these deaths that I spoke to you about, I have to point out several important facts.
Yeah, this man seems like he cares.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm listening.
Go
Well,
on.
we have 3 individuals dead in the same
sounded like
region
the cop from
and
The
in the
Simpsons.
same manner, drained
Chief
of their
Wiggum.
blood. That would suggest the work of some perverted criminal, wouldn't it?
No, believe me. It would suggest, rather,
Oh, no.
that your informant is bored and has a fertile imagination.
It's a pervert.
I don't see why this is an emergency. Have you any reason to think that Dr. Martha Caligaro was murdered?
None.
Did a physician
None.
examine her body?
Certainly not. Why bother? Her death wasn't at all suspect.
Goodbye, Inspector.
He's
The
just
police
like,
think that
okay.
Martha was mad. Her case doesn't
That's
look
probably
good.
why they didn't actually do the
It's out of
autopsy.
the question for me to close the file without digging deeper. Let's go back to the journalist to question him.
You know what this sounds like? What? Sounds like at the start of Until Dawn, if you check the answering machine, Josh leaves a fake message from a detective about the guy they let loose.
Good. Did you call the police? Are you convinced that they won't do a thing? Then we can go on to serious matters. Read these 2 letters and tell me what you think of them.
More reading. Okay, so this was from Martha. Stefan, so your article was rejected? Thank you for your courageous attempt. Alas, I see now that we must find a different solution. I'll speak to you about it in person. To answer your question, please know that I was never interested in vampire legends prior to my arrival in Vladiviste. When little Seldrick was at his worst, it was our friend G who helped me implement the traditional measures, the garlic and the protective circle. I noticed an improvement until that fateful night when I found the window open, the crumbs of host dispersed by the wind, and the child dead in his bed.
Wow.
How could I after that harbor the slightest doubt about the enemy we're fighting? Just says, dear friend. Oh, this is to the attention of Stefan Luca. Dear friend, I thought a lot after our last conversation. Where then is the beast hiding? It has certainly changed its lair since the war. Even if I knew where it was, I would avoid approaching it directly because it keeps on its guard. There's still the path of the dragon left. So is that a literal place? I'm convinced that it will lead me to my goal. I know that you and G do not approve of my intentions. No doubt there's danger, but my life is not so precious as to prevent me from risking it for a good cause. I have carefully read the ancient texts regarding our enemy. A few clues lead me to believe that the path begins in Turkey. I plan to go there soon to look for the traces of the dragon. P.S. Upon my return, I will hand to you the file that I have put together on the path of the dragon. If something should happen to me, you will find it in my case. To find the key, carefully observe the order of the paintings on the wall. Okay.
Okay, well, we gotta get that.
The file on the path of the dragon.
Didn't Dracula die in the last game?
Yes. I believe we did kill him.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Vampires, hosts. My lord. I must elucidate this sorry affair.
I must elucidate
subject
this
Stefan
sorry
Luca to some
affair.
methodical
Imagine talking
questioning.
like this. All right.
The letters you showed me raise a lot of questions. First of all, what exactly does the term vampire signify?
Vampire, wampir, upir, upir, brucolacus for the Greeks. Do these words really evoke nothing for you?
To tell you the truth, they do. I seem to recall reading something about these, creatures. So, if I understand right, Martha tried to drive them back with a communion host ground into a powder?
That's right, with the crumbs from the host. She drew a protective circle.
Tell me, was the host consecrated?
I suppose so.
Did Father Gregoriou know that this sort of activity was going on in his parish?
The best would be for you to ask him the question.
It feels like this is going to be a lot of, like, phone calls and reading and stuff. Look at all these dialogue options!
This was like... They were getting into games where you had different dialogue options and maybe choices? I don't know.
I was hoping for ridiculousness.
Well, the cutscene where Dracula was wearing that ring and looking at us was kind of funny.
Okay, according to you, Vladivista is threatened by a vampire. In the 20th century?
That's the frightful reality.
And why don't the residents do something to rid themselves of a curse like that?
Because they're resigned and submissive. To vanquish evil, you have to be strong.
They're all betas. Are you quite sure that Martha didn't die a natural death?
She wasn't that old.
Overwork, perhaps?
Come on, she was in perfect health. Just before she died, she was still hiking in the mountains.
Maybe a mountain lion got her. Why do you have such a negative opinion of the police? Well, I don't know. Maybe we just talk to them and they're pretty useless.
Since the war, we've changed our nationality and our official language. One thing hasn't varied: the ineffectiveness of the police. Worse, I think they've sold out to our enemy. I have reason to believe they wanted to intimidate Martha, or even worse.
Could the police be in league with Dracula?
Could the predator be in the room?
I noticed that you were looking at the hair dye on my mouse.
Oh, no, I know about that.
Oh.
No, I was looking at my notes.
Oh, I thought you were looking at my mouse. I'm like, yeah, there's hair dye on it.
Have you spoken of vampires with Janos Peckmester, our neighbor?
Yes, we chatted over a glass of Tswika, our local prune brandy.
Prune
Janos
brandy?
is a great lad,
Yum.
very cultured, but he has a
Keeps you
rare
regular.
lack of imagination.
Did you speak about this with Dr. Florescu, who took over from Martha?
Young Maria? No, I didn't want to frighten her. I don't think she can help us in any case. Father, help me resume
She's
the
just
task that
pretty.
Martha
She's not a
began.
good
With
doctor.
a priest at my side,
That seems to
I'd
be the
feel stronger.
consensus.
It's not so simple. You see,
Just
this
'cause she
affair
can't
is
perform
really not in
miracles.
my purview.
It's like, vampires are way above my pay grade. I'm just here to investigate shit.
No, you're here to canonize shit.
I have to question Father Grigoriou about this sinister story of vampires.
All right,
The
let's call him
sinister
back.
story of vampires.
I'm just saying, by this point in the last game,
Number
we were
three.
like disarming traps and fighting with people. Let's call Father Gregorio in the retirement home again.
One moment, please. You're all connected.
Plot twist, he's dead.
Greenleaf Rest Home. Good day.
Could I speak to Father Grigoriou Nigescu, please? This is Father Arno Moriani.
One moment, I'll see.
This is Father Gregorio Nigescu.
He's dead.
Hello, this is Father
Sorry,
Arno
the old father
Moriani.
can't come to the phone right
Father,
now.
I have to discuss a
Why?
very
Because
delicate
he's
subject with you.
dead.
Please answer my questions very precisely. It's important. Do you know Stefan Luca?
He's a journalist, a friend of Martha's. They developed photographs together.
According to Stefan Luca, Martha
This is the only
Caligaro
guy who's tried
believed
an
in
accent so
vampires
far.
and engaged in
And he also has to sound like
strange
he's
rituals.
like
Dying.
sick.
It's true.
It's true.
Before you ask the question, yes, I helped her.
You do know the position of the church on this subject, don't you?
I know it, and I don't doubt that it's a very reasonable position when you think about the question, seated in an office in Rome. But in Vladoviste, the situation is different.
Do you want me to tell you how things happened?
I went to the dispensary to give extreme unction to Seldrick, a poor
Extreme
child that was
unction.
wasting away. I uttered a few of the usual prayers, and then I gave Martha the sacred hosts. She used the wafers to draw a protective circle around the sick boy. Was it sacrilege? You're entitled to think so. But the child was going to die in spite of the transfusions.
Laisha said this
We
phone
had to
freaks me
try
out, man.
Everything to drive away the creature that was feeding on him. What would you have done in my place?
Oh. This is slow.
It is. Imagine you're sick and then they're like, okay, we're going to pray and then draw a circle using a wafer around you. And you're like, how's that going to help?
Man, homeopathic medicine has gotten really weird.
Also, they keep talking about blood transfusions. I'm like, ooh, a blood transfusion in 1920.
Yeah. In spite of all your efforts, you weren't able to save Seldrick.
Unfortunately not. 2 nights later, the window opened.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
Eco speed running these answers.
The war began shortly after the child's death. I left the village to serve as an army chaplain. Upon my return, we tried to save a young amnesia victim. The girl seemed possessed. She ripped off the
Good
garlic
sign.
necklaces that we hung on her neck.
Maybe they just
and
stank.
left her room
Yeah, she was like,
every
ugh,
night.
stinky.
She didn't survive long. Young Ariel almost died as well.
Okay, we know about Martha sending him to
So,
the seaside.
I'm assuming that Dracula came in as the wind and blew the...
Oh, right. He can become the wind.
I think he can.
That seems overpowered, man.
Can he?
That's like,
I think in some...
as a mist. He can
Yeah.
turn into a mist.
So I don't know if maybe he was able to... Or he could have just opened the window, I guess.
That's
I
like
don't know.
Emotep powers. He can just turn into sand. Stefan Luca holds that Martha was murdered.
It's very likely. I knew she was threatened. I'd offered her a dog to protect her. Now that seems...
Do you think that enemy was a vampire?
Joke's on you, that dog's gonna
Supernatural
rip
creature?
Dracula's head off.
an emanation of the devil. If you'd lived a few years in Vladoviste, you wouldn't doubt it.
In 1920, they did have the knowledge to do it correctly by then. Wasn't common yet, though. It's more, I guess I just think more about, like, how clean everything was.
Yeah. Is it sanitary, though? Vampire was also a game that involved doctors giving blood transfusions during World War I while vampires were about. You played that, didn't you?
I beat it.
You beat it.
I played the whole thing.
She played that in 2018.
Whenever it came out.
Yeah.
Because I
Long
was under
time
the
ago.
impression it was going to be like a choice-based
Like a s-
vampire game.
A
'Cause
story game.
well, I'm pretty sure it was either made or published by Don't Nod, who did Life
Like
is
Life
Strange.
is Strange.
Yeah, I think so. And then I was a little disappointed it was not that.
Have you ever heard of the Path of the Dragon?
Martha spoke to me of it. It's a sort of accursed way of the cross, which leads to the source of evil. She embarked upon it against my advice. I wanted to protect her. Oh, I was wrong.
Why is that?
She died fighting. I fled. Today, it is she who has the good part.
Thank you for your frankness, Father. Of course, you realize that after your revelations, Martha will never be canonized.
Yes, of course. Oh, what does it matter if she rests in peace?
Another thing, if a direct question is asked, I shall be forced to evoke your part in this business.
So be it. But you should know that my only regret is not to have helped Martha more. In the end, I slipped away. It was cowardly of me.
The Lord is our only judge. I have no wish to condemn you. Goodbye, Father Gregoriou. I wish you a good rest.
Goodbye, Father Arno.
All right, now it's time to make my report to Monsignor Briganti.
Okay, well, you're not going to canonize her, so job done.
Yeah, right? What's our objectives?
Nothing.
We didn't go see Janos.
Oh. And we have to call...
Monsignor Briganti.
Yeah, Splinter, I was disappointed in the choices because that's what I was most interested in. I was like, that's really cool for a vampire game to have kind of a morality system. But it was very basic, unfortunately. And I didn't love the combat.
Number, please.
Like, it was fine, but it just wasn't what I had hoped.
Hold the line. Hello? International switchboard? Rome for Vladiviste. Rome, Vatican 6-5. Please hold.
Oh, do we get to see the other guy?
Yo, Zoom.
Old Zoom.
Hell yeah.
Does this mean that he's not there?
Are you getting a vision?
Can't click anything.
You can click X, the bottom.
Doesn't work.
Oh. Can you touch the... Yeah.
He's not in his office.
Okay, there
I'll
we
call
go.
back later. Meanwhile, let's go see Janos at the Castle of Twilight.
I guess at least
will
they
give me
show you that
something else
he's
to
not
think about.
there.
Yeah, okay. I was waiting for him to show up.
Yeah. He did not. There's one where you can let someone die and get the best ending. The worst shithead too, I think. Yeah, it's making us do the other part first. Time to go to the Castle of Twilight.
And that was the
Something ruins.
crossroads with a broken oak or something. Good thing I know where that is.
Well, they talked about ruins, so I don't know. Is it around here?
Greetings, stranger.
What are you
Hello.
buying?
I'm Father Arno Moriani.
I am Luana, the gypsy.
Well,
The only one, huh?
Do you want to know the future?
I'd prefer
Yep,
to
this
ask
was
you about the
2008.
past and the present.
Did you know Martha?
Yes. She did not choose an easy path.
I'm puzzled. Seems to me there are many strange deaths in this
I'm
village.
puzzled.
From behind the high grass, the wolf observes the flock and carries off the weak and isolated.
As usual, the Oracle speaks in obscure, mysterious terms.
That is because it does not want to lie, nor provoke the anger of the powerful.
Yeah, it's what the walkthrough meant. That you have to look at things to check them off so the game will advance.
Mm-hmm.
Dice, cards.
Hey, priest, do you want to play?
Yes, on the condition that we don't wager money.
It's a
You
sin.
want to play for nothing? That's not my custom, but I am curious to see how you manage.
Let's play.
Examine the dice carefully before you play.
That's weird. Look at their upside down crosses.
Hmm.
3. What are we trying to do? That one's all 5s?
It's just all the sides.
Yeah. But what am I? It says take.
So you probably have to remember. Five would be the easiest. It's all 5s. It says play. Oh.
I can't click it.
We have to take all of them?
You only throw one die.
Okay.
You lose.
What?
So she got a higher.
She got a higher roll.
So basically, 5 is pretty safe because it's always going to be 5, but the other 2 have higher.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't understand
It's
even
just
what
a
the game was
probability
going to
thing.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what she was going to do either.
You lose.
Well, crap. It's like, oh, darn it. He goes back to Rome with a gambling addiction.
Oh, no.
You lose.
You're cheating. I'm going home. Keep gambling.
Alicia's like, no, please. Gonna win so much money.
According to what
Heartbeat.
Janos told me,
So you can hear it now.
crossroads of
Okay.
the Broken Oak ought to be here. I have to keep going straight to get up to the castle.
Well, that's probably
What's that
it.
on the tree?
I don't know. I can't look at it.
Oh.
Could it be blood?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What the hell is
heard
that?
I don't know. Maybe it's that haunted battlefield.
Probably.
There he is.
Hello, Janos.
Welcome to the Castle of Twilight. These ruins are impressive, aren't they? Imagine this edifice before the war, when the erect ramparts had been standing for centuries. The Dragoman family, which reigned over Transylvania.
The
in
Dragoman family?
Its most famous
I hope they're
member was
scalies.
Vlad Tepes, hero of the war against the Turks.
Who was Vlad Tepes?
A magnificent sovereign and a passionate subject to study. I think he's the greatest prince Transylvania ever had.
You mean Vlad Dracula? Was it Vlad Tepes who had the castle built?
No, the building is much older. But Vlad Tepes
Was he
enlarged
also
it
an
by adding
impaler?
the outer walls.
Was the castle inhabited before its destruction?
It was lived in until 1900, when the last owner died without any heirs.
Splinter! Can you go over there?
This
We can look at
sundial
this.
adorned the entrance to the castle.
Well, we know where
A
the other
bullet shattered
piece
it,
is.
and a
Yeah.
piece is still missing.
Yeah, it's in the
I searched
inn.
the whole area without finding it.
Idiot.
That's especially
Idiot. Oh, shit.
Skeletons. Exposed during the destruction of the ramparts.
They were convicts who died of exhaustion while digging the foundation of the castle. They were buried where they fell, probably so their ghost would guard the place.
Why would you want those ghosts to guard your house? They don't seem like they're very fond of it.
Touch
This
the tree.
is a Sorbus acuparia, commonly known as the mountain ash or the rowan tree.
Dracula was sealed in the castle, but the castle was destroyed in the war and let him out. Oh, maybe. Can you go up to the castle? It looked like you could.
The drawbridge is destroyed.
No.
Okay, well, maybe he could
Frustrating,
jump
isn't
really
it?
far.
Ah, if only I had the means to restore it.
The castle must have suffered terrible bombing.
Yes. In addition, the Romanian mountain troops had the dubious idea of storing ammunition here. Obviously, the whole thing blew up.
Well, can we go steal that piece off the wall?
These ruins are impressive, aren't they?
Yeah, I bet now we can go back and ask. Maybe we can ask Ozana about that.
What's your log say?
Call Monsignor Briganti. Maybe he'll be there now.
What
if
does
we
that
call him
mean?
again.
His
Huh?
title.
It's Italian. It's like Monsieur.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still haunted.
Apparently, critics praised the game for the voice acting. Get real. Hey, Spider, what's up?
Hello.
We're playing Dracula 3.
We sure are.
Path of the Dragon. No relation to House of the Dragon, which is completely different.
That was you?
Standards were not that low in 2008. What's up with both of us? We are still just grinding through Twitchmas. And loving every minute. Where is the receptionist? I just wanted to see if I can ask her about... Oh, look at all the dialogue options. Great.
So many.
Oh, here we go. May I borrow the dragon you've hung near the telephone?
Sure you can. I don't know where it comes from. Some vagabond brought it to me. I gave him a meal in exchange for it. It's my way of being charitable, I guess.
All right, we have a lot more to talk to her about, but I want to just do that while I'm thinking of it.
Mine.
Maybe we should save.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should have been doing these as we went.
It's fine. We can just talk to her as we need to have information, I guess. Almost everyone in this is voiced by like 3 people. That's probably how they got away with not paying them as much. Hi, Moonlit.
All right, nothing happens in these creepy cutscenes.
No, it's the same cutscene.
We gotta speed things up here. Hey, buddy.
These ruins are impressive, aren't they? Imagine this edifice before the war.
Okay.
Probably to mask loading times? Oh, maybe.
Gold with a sable wolf, the personal coat of arms of Lad Tepesh.
Vulnerant omnes, ultima necat. All injure. The last one kills.
That refers to ours, doesn't it?
Yes, which gives us a rather gloomy picture of man's fate.
Can you go further to the left?
Inventory.
Oh,
There we
maybe.
go. Look at all this crap I have.
You're just holding it in one hand.
Auto.
Question for both of you. Out of the games you both played in the past and now, what's your favorite game? Oh, I don't know that I could just pinpoint one
Dragon.
game.
It's the dynastic emblem of Lad's family.
I've played a lot
Where
of
did you
different
find it?
games.
A vagabond gave it to Ozana. Perhaps I should return it to her.
No, but its place is here. The person who took it had no right to pillage these ruins.
I must admit, you're right.
Yeah, its place is right here on the ground.
If we're talking like most recent stuff, like the most recent game I played that has made it into my favorites is probably Baldur's
hear?
Gate 3.
The wolves multiplied during the war. Now that peace has returned, they're hungry.
Great.
Good news for us. We probably shouldn't be hanging out here then. Is this a Dracula game? You know it.
It's Dracula 3.
Yeah, I don't think I could pick a favorite game ever either.
I also started playing Balatro, which is fun.
Yeah, my favorites change.
BioShock's up there for my favorites. Fire Emblem Three Houses, Kingdom Hearts 2. Off the top of my head. Mass Effect 2 or 3. Not sure if I could decide between them.
Let's get rid of some of these dialogue options with her.
Would one of yours still be Shadow of the Colossus?
I think so. I think that would be probably still one of my favorites.
Journey.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus, Journey, Splatoon, like as a series. I can't like that. And then it's like, do you count series or individual games? Because I don't know which of the Spyro the Dragons I would call my favorite. Out of like the original 3 for PlayStation and PS2. Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot 3 is my favorite of the
Crash
games.
3 is my favorite of the Crash Bandicoots. Sonic, probably like Sonic 2. Although Sonic Mania is also really good.
And you liked the one on GBA?
Yeah, the Sonic Advance games and the GBA.
Eco liked Witcher 3, right? Yes.
Witcher 3. Oh my god, Witcher 3 was my COVID game.
Yeah, you put a lot of time into Witcher 3.
That was like, how many months was that? That was all of that spring and summer where I was like...
That's a lot.
I was working, we were closed, so I was working from home. So every day it would be like, sit at my desk, working from home, and then once it became 5 o'clock, it's like, eat something and then play Witcher. Had nothing better to do.
You also love Twilight Princess.
Zelda. Yeah, Twilight Princess is still my favorite Zelda game. I'm playing Breath of the Wild now. I started playing Breath of the Wild when it was new because we got it as a launch title for the Switch. And it really didn't grab me. It was just like way too open. But I'm getting back into it now. I think the mistake that I always made before was to have a lot of games going at once. So in a game like Breath of the Wild, where you forget where things are, how to play, where you need to go, what you've done up until that point, then you get to if you let it go too long, it's like, oh, well, I don't remember what I was doing. And then it discourages you from getting back into it. But I did just pick up my save a month or so ago. I picked up my old save and I've just been playing on it, and it's I'm gonna finish it. It's good.
A lovely girl. But she's got a way about her, if you see what I mean. You can tell right off she's not from around here.
She's one of those city girls.
Yours is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. That one I haven't played, but I really like Underground. That's probably my favorite Tony Hawk game.
Yeah, I thought you played Thug.
I did.
I met a young boy named, Yonel. That's what his name was. Finish work, then write to games. Yep, that was my life for 2020.
Always hanging around outside, if that ain't a shame. Of course, he's got no more parents. Lives with his uncle, who barely takes care of him.
He's gonna get eaten by Dracula.
I was admiring the pictures that decorate your inn.
Yeah, they're beautiful, that's for sure. But my late husband said they were just copies, not very valuable.
Funny, that's what I said about him. Ha ha!
Wow.
What were the circumstances of Martha's death?
What I think is she killed herself with work. And anyway, she never ate anything. I always knew her thin as a rail even before the war. When you work a lot without eating, then obviously you're gonna...
I'm puzzled. Seems to me there are many strange deaths in this village.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Oh, Father, please don't say that. People might think us folks in Vladivista ain't very proper.
Well, you see, I met this guy in the graveyard. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I went to visit the ruins of the Castle of Twilight.
Did you like that? Me? I never go up there. Anyway, with my legs, it ain't possible anymore. She's back. The swindler. With her cards and her dice. She's cheated many a man. What a scandal.
Weird place for her to come and set up her little gambling booth, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people here.
No. Good night,
All right.
Spider.
Have a good night. All right. Let's call Monsignor.
Number, please. Please hold.
She robots a little bit every time she says that. There he is.
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno Moriani,
How is your
Wow, this
investigation
newfangled
going?
phone lets you see people.
a journalist friend of Martha Caligaro, has a strange story to tell. He maintains she was assassinated by a dark power.
What? And what do the police think?
According to them, the reporter is a pathological liar, and Martha wasn't right in the head. As for me, I'm coming to more or less the same conclusions. I have proof that Martha believed in vampires and kept them away with the sacred host.
How could that be? The file seemed so serious. What a disappointment. And as for those vampire stories, tell me, was the parish priest aware of this?
Yes.
And he did nothing? Said nothing?
Well, that is...
Don't tell me he took part in these magical rites.
In fact, yes.
Good heavens! And was he paid for that?
I have no reason to think so. He seemed entirely disinterested and sincere to me. And he's very sick.
Oh, rest assured that I don't want to incriminate him personally, but we have to react at once, or people will say the Catholic Church encourages superstition.
Oh yeah, you never
Give me
want people
your
to think
phone,
that.
Please, Arno. I'll make 2 calls and
I think the
get right
Catholic
back to you.
Church has bigger problems.
Those were 2 quick calls.
Hello? Oh.
This is Father Arno Moriani.
DJM, I
Arno?
fear that man's
I've informed
face.
the Diocese of Albayula. They're stunned and say it's a setup. Are you sure about what you're putting forth?
The testimony of Father Gregorius seems conclusive to me.
How could a priest encourage practices of the sort? That's the crux of the matter. I spoke about it upstairs and learned to my consternation that we're not dealing with an isolated instance here. Believe
Everybody
it or
believes
not,
in vampires.
This is the 20th century, and there's a fresh
all read
outbreak
Twilight.
of belief in vampires. It's probably connected to the success of certain novels that have troubled
Like I said.
impressionable minds. And so, I have new instructions for you.
Burn the Twilight
I
books.
suppose that I close
When was Dracula
the
written?
Caligaro file then?
Certainly.
I don't
you
know.
open another one on vampires.
Excuse me?
You heard me right. Study the legend. Demolish it. Prove that it is not based on reality.
I have bad news for you, sir.
Widespread distribution.
Yes, but hasn't the church already taken a position on the question?
To be sure. Benedict XIV formally condemned belief in vampires, but
You
that
can't
was
click
2
off.
centuries ago. It's time to bring his message up to date.
What exactly am I to do?
Seek the origins of the myth, but also pay attention to its literary aspects, its recent manifestations. Show that those phenomena that terrorize the naive are either pure fabrication or have explanations that aren't supernatural. Let me insist on one point, Arno. For your research, it's important that you consult the best scientific experts. We need the authority of a doctor and a historian to support your conclusions.
Do you think that a rational discourse can vanquish superstition?
I know the battle is never definitively won, but it must be fought. I hope the task doesn't seem too daunting for you.
Not at all. You're entrusting me with an unexpected job, but a very interesting one. I'll get at it without delay.
I'm counting on you.
Hey, Tim, can you release Splinter from jail? We can't click off the game.
Splinter, it didn't like redneck.
No.
There it goes.
Thank you. So Dracula was written in 1897. Wow. It's older than I thought.
Can I contact the Diocese of Alba Eula directly?
No, it's better that I contact
No.
them if need be.
No.
He does have kind of a Palpatine air about
He
him,
is giving
doesn't he?
Palpatine.
Could you tell me what the reason is for such haste in the investigation of Martha's case?
The Diocese of Alba Eula let it be known that the canonization of a local native would enable the Catholics, who are in minority in Transylvania, to reaffirm their identity with regard to the Orthodox. This can be very important in a nation under construction. That's why the process began so quickly.
He's the real Dracula.
The village currently has no priest. Do you think I should celebrate Mass in the church?
It would seem self-evident, but the diocese might object. I'd rather not run the risk. Unless circumstances force you to. If you had to celebrate a funeral mass, for example. Your mission is delicate, Arno. It's difficult to accomplish without offending someone. But I have faith in you. You'll know how to act suitably.
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
Be well, Arno.
What a government the Catholic Church is.
Hi, Crab. Hi, I'm finally here. What
Crab.
the hell is with his mouth? Good question.
Sorry, I just got distracted by my own reflection again. Oh, you're still here. You have anything new to say?
It just so happens that my congregation has ordered me to undertake an inquiry on the vampires.
Inquire? We have to fight.
Suppose they exist.
We have to fight.
If that's the case, isn't it essential
Fisticuffs.
to study them first?
That'll take him
Know
down.
thy enemy.
Ours is wily and difficult to get at, unless we take the path of the dragon. That
The
is
path
Martha's
of the
conviction.
dragon.
The path of the dragon?
The dragon, the vampire, Dracula. All these names designate our adversary. The path of the dragon leads to his lair. Look at this file that Martha entrusted me with on her return from Turkey. she had established that the path comprised 7 trials. The related documents are sorted in 7 folders.
Oh, more documents and folders and rating.
This one has a dragon on it, though, so that's cool. Knew it was actually the path of the Dracula.
I cannot believe that this man is either Romanian or Italian, whatever he's supposed to be.
Well,
not when he sounds like this.
They got 3 people to do the voices, and I think they were all American,
It's
probably.
Raphael's crucifixion.
They did their
Yes,
best.
Photographed by Martha. According to her, this painting has a connection with the first stage on the Path of the Dragon.
Really? The painting has a hidden meaning?
Martha thought so. She spoke to me of other versions of the same work of art, slightly modified reproductions she examined in private collections. According to her, to understand the hidden message, the original's not enough. It has to be compared to the copies and the variations noted.
Do you have other versions of the painting?
Unfortunately not.
No.
Martha gave me this file at the beginning of her research, for she feared her papers would be stolen. Afterwards, we had a falling out, and she didn't transmit anything else to me. I'm
You had a
certainly
falling
lacking
out?
some essential pieces.
Why?
We're radically changing style, you could say.
This other document is a sketch Martha made of an ancient bas-relief.
The inscription is hard to make out. It vaguely resembles Enochian.
But the drawing is clear. The figure is slashing his veins.
I see the sketch is classified in the first folder with the crucifixion. Is there a connection then between these 2 documents and the first stage of the path?
For Martha, there was no doubt about it. Here's a sketch of another bas-relief from the same place as the previous one.
I love that
Martha
Martha gets
associated
to
it with the
show off
second
her
trial.
art skills.
There aren't any other documents? Nothing for the 5 last tests?
They're all I have, but I'm sure that Martha found many others if I'd only been more conciliatory.
Well, didn't she say in her letter to open
I
up
think
her case?
Go to her, where was that, in her room?
I guess.
These are the medical
I mean, she's
files.
dead. I don't know where her stuff would be.
In my case, to find the key, carefully find the key to the case. Observe the order of the paintings in the wall.
Where's Dorco? I know. Dorco's the best character.
You guys remember decorative plates?
Dorco's no longer with us, sadly. Her body is probably being dug up by that gravedigger.
Oh.
Is there anything in the chest?
No.
Oh, purely decorative.
Maybe there will be, but I can't interact with it yet.
Dorco Malfoy. Think the NyQuil is kicking in. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for hanging out, Splinter.
I
If
hope
you feel better.
Sleep well.
Check your objectives.
Do research on vampires. Having that on your to-do list.
Consult a historian who's an expert on the myth. Request the opinion of a doctor or scientist.
All right.
Do you need to consult the Bible?
I don't
Bible.
think so. Bible.
The Bible.
Dr. Florescu came by. She asked for you
I
to
think
go
we
to
have
the
to talk to her.
dispensary because she needs blood donors. If
Oh.
you're so inclined.
What?
I'll go there.
Okay, so did
She
somebody...
wants your blood.
Did
Is
we
she in
find a
league with
new-
Dracula?
No, I was going to say we found someone else who's anemic.
Oh, maybe.
All right, do you know if Legends
But
of
she
Bell...
still could be working with Dracula.
Maybe, oh, yeah. She's young and pretty and alluring and from the city.
A witch, clearly,
A
who's working
witch.
with Dracula.
Everyone from a city is a witch. Do you know if legends about vampires go around the village? She's not going to like this question.
Probably
Those
not.
ain't legends, Father. Begging your pardon, but you shouldn't talk about those things. It brings bad luck. Tell me, Father, do you think Martha will be sanctified?
Well, not anymore.
Do you mean canonized?
Yeah, that's
Do you
it.
mean
I
canonized? He
hope
corrected
she'll be
her.
Canonized. A saint and a pilgrimage.
Yes, that's it.
what
Is she going to be
Vanity
shot
says
out
to
of a
see.
cannon?
That'd sure make people come, you know.
That'll make
I
him
haven't
come.
the heart to tell him the truth.
That would really make people come.
Sure would.
Um,
Well, hey, I mean, you know. A lot of people are screaming God when they...
imagine if they screamed Dracula instead. Dracula! Like, the hell? Go to the dispensary and donate my blood.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
All of it. Splinter Dorco knew how to make people.
Dorco cannonball lover. So yeah, who's anemic?
It's not polite to burst in on people this way.
She asked me to come. I'm coming.
Okay, you gotta ring the bell before you come.
Come in! It's open!
The treatment room.
The
Nothing for me
treatment
there
room.
right now.
Oh, another phone.
Nice. I love how Tim has had to do nothing with the walkthrough help.
No, it's been pretty good about what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's all been documents and phone calls.
That's true. It has
This
been.
isn't the right time.
Oh, there you are. Hey,
Thank you for stopping by.
I heard you were
I
pretty.
noticed that my blood stocks were really insufficient. Would you let me take a sample of yours?
Yikes.
Certainly.
She's
I was a
working with
priest medic during the
Dracula.
war. I saw many lives saved thanks to transfusions.
I was a priest medic.
Oh, so you're a nurse as well. Then you'll be able to do it yourself. Great. I have to rush off to see a patient.
That feels
on the
like
other
she
side
was
of the village.
trying to dismiss you.
Uh,
A medic? I think you
what
mean
exactly
nurse.
do I have to do?
Draw your blood and place the bottle in the
Oh,
refrigerated
you have to
chest.
do
The
it?
combination is easy to remember. The date the dispensary was built.
1905.
Yeah.
They're coming to get me. I have to go. Could you mark your blood type in the analysis reports? And also determine the types of the last 3 donors?
What?
Why
didn't
do
have
we...
time to run the test.
excuse me, this is
Oh, yes, and if
unpaid
the phone
labor.
rings, please answer. See you later.
And answer my phone?
What the hell?
Ma'am.
She just recruited us to
All
work
right,
here.
Down to work.
And
hope I haven't
drawing
lost
your
the
own
touch.
blood? No, thank you.
And determine the type of the last 3 donors? Why do I have to do that for you, miss?
I have to sterilize this equipment before I use it.
Okay.
Where?
Probably means boil it on the stove.
Oh, that's what the stove is for. Are you a doctor? We're a priest. I guess he said he was a priest medic? Turn on the fire. Turn it up, maybe? Or stoke it. Probably gonna need that funnel. Do they teach this in priest school? You're now holding the following object. Medical instruments?
It's not hot enough to boil the water.
Oh, fuck. All right.
What do you want? Are you fucking kidding me?
Serious?
A prank call in 1920? Are you Dracula? Who the fuck is that?
This is Father Arno Moriani. Dr. Florescu has gone out. May I take a message?
Please ask him to call me back as soon as possible.
Him?
Munich 321941.
I'll be sure to do that.
This is the only person that didn't sound American.
Goodbye, Father.
Is your refrigerator running? Eco is making notes.
Heinrich von Huge.
Yeah, he
tried.
He wasn't. He didn't sound American. You gotta go boil your stuff.
Oh, gotta boil my stuff.
You gotta boil your stuff. Oh, what the hell? What?
Wrong room.
Well, you need that, I guess. Oh, later.
First, I have to wash my hands with soap. Never handle medical equipment with dirty hands. During the war, I saw far too many comrades die from infected wounds.
Okay, well, where the fuck is the kitchen? Ah!
You gotta put more wood on the fire.
Oh!
You gotta open it first. There you go. Okay.
It doesn't let me put in more than one log at a time.
I think it's because you put the stuff in like after the steam
Oh, okay.
disappeared. I think that's why.
First, I have
Sterilized
to wash my
instruments.
hands with soap.
Fucking guy.
The hands.
Okay, you guys aren't gonna appreciate this, but this dude actually looks like a video game version of a pastor at a church that I went to when I was a kid, and it's creepy.
Maybe that's him.
It's not him.
Maybe it is. Can you take the medical equipment now?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I clicked that. Oh no, it was like, go to wash your hands.
What about the yeah.
I don't know if I need this.
Well, you can pick it up, so you should take it.
Oh, there's the doggy door.
It could be him. Do you need to go in the other room?
Now what? You go in here?
Can you?
First, I have to wash my hands with soap.
Bro, you just did.
Yeah, but then you touch something.
Oh my god. Germaphobe?
No, it's a good idea to be.
To put wait, what?
Collect a bottle and put it in the... Oh, yeah. Well, we can open this, I guess. Then you're gonna have to wash your hands again. By the way, I played Suicide Squad. It's a fun game until the cutscene ends and you need to play.
The door of the refrigerated cabinet mustn't stay open too long.
Oh, fuck you. Shut it then.
Imagine if you ruined all the samples because you just left it open.
Before anything, collect a bottle of my...
Do you have to... Do you have to
First,
use
I
the
have
medical
to wash
tools?
my hands with soap.
No. Do you have to use the medical tools from your inventory first? See, you have to get...
First, I have to wash my hands with soap.
Okay, well, yeah, look at everything before you...
Sterilized instrument.
Auto. What does auto say?
I don't know. Arrange them in the storage zone? Is this the storage zone?
I don't know.
What's the storage zone?
Is it in there?
No, I can't go over there.
No, I mean in here. Is it here?
No, I can't interact with anything.
I didn't know if you could put it back now that it's sterilized.
Do I need to go sit on the bed and then get up and wash my hands with soap?
Probably.
Do I need to sit in the naughty chair over here?
Look at the objective.
Doesn't help. How about consulting the Bible? All right, Tim.
Okay.
What's the order of operations?
Well, you can at least wash your hands and get those.
Shut up. Shut up. I know about washing my hands.
Are you sure? There, I skipped it for you. You're welcome.
I thought the game crashed when you did that.
No,
just
sorry. Well,
Wildcat objective: wash hands with soap.
can you put the medical tools down here?
I can't. No, I can't do anything with them.
Well, I think you need to take the tube and put it there, maybe. Okay, so that looks like that's what is in your hand.
It is what's in my hands.
Yeah, so that's why that's coming up. Can you... Wait, put it there. Press.
Oh.
There we go.
I had to be holding them. Tim, 1 sec. I was in the kitchen washing my hands with soap.
No, it's fine right now. Okay, you played Mortuary Assistant. You should know how to do this.
What is that?
Okay, put the tubey thing. Okay, we'll put the needle on the... Yeah. And then the tubey thing on the one side here. And then the other tubey thing on the other side. And then put that thing in the...
That goes around my arm.
Oh, that's a tourniquet. I didn't even know what it was. Okay, grab the tube connection.
Oh,
no! Oh! Ew! Disgusting. Okay, so that's showing an X, so you got to do something else first. Yeah, we'll let you do that yet, so do something else. Do you have to put this in the bottle? The end of the tube in the bottle?
No, it goes in that.
Oh, it goes in there. I see.
Measuring cap containing citrate? Okay.
I don't like the sounds. I don't like the sounds.
Alcohol.
Okay, you're gonna have to go in the medicine box. Is there a cotton ball?
Oh my lord.
Yeah, there you go. So you did that.
I do not know what it wants me to do now.
Do you put the needle in first and then do the tourniquet?
No.
I've done this hundreds of times to other people, but giving yourself a shot is not the same thing. Be brave. It has to be done.
Oh. I mean, that's not the way that... I didn't think that's the way that they do it for real. What? Oh. Wait,
no,
what?
No, do the tourniquet now? You're just poking yourself in the arm?
What? Ew. Oh,
right
God.
Place. All that's left to do is press the needle deep into the vein.
Stop it!
Oh, no. This is horrible.
I hate it.
Ew. Why am I doing this?
Ew. You're not even getting anything. Are you getting...
Not flowing.
You have to tighten the tourniquet?
Oh. She's gonna throw up.
The
It's
ampoule
so
is full.
gross.
Perfect. Now I have to store the bottle of blood in the refrigerated cabinet.
Ew. It's not needles that I don't like. It's blood. It's getting, like, losing blood, giving blood.
Now I have to figure out my blood
I can
type,
get shots
as
and I
well
can
as that
watch
of
them
the
give me
3
a
last
shot. That doesn't
donors
bother me.
and
But I
update the
actually,
analysis reports.
I pretty much, like, I don't full pass out, but I have to lie down anytime I've had blood taken because I've, like, it's that sensation of when you have a fever and it breaks. I get that way every time they have to take blood. Like, it just feels like I had a fever that broke. I get really dizzy. I get really sick. I just, like, I don't know. There's something about it that, like, fucks me up. I wasn't looking. Did you put it in the fridge?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Do you even know what your blood type is?
no. I don't know what to do. Didn't tell me how to do this.
I should probably close the fridge while you
I-
fill out your form.
But I don't know what to fill out.
No, you have to test it with the.
I don't know how.
But I think you have to put it in the tube and then put the tube
Let's
down.
just leave the bottles in the cabinet. If I need a sample, it'd be best to use a test tube.
Why am I doing this stuff? This is a Dracula game.
There you go. Now put it on there. My blood type
Why
is
am I,
red.
like, doing science experiments with... This is crazy.
Do you have to put it in the fridge? Or put it in... What's this stuff? Reagent?
Reagent.
Do you have to put that down first? Okay, put... Maybe... To put... Use the pipettes dipped in the test tube. Oh! Do you have to put the reagent in the other one? Or?
I don't know. There were no instructions.
I'm just guessing. Well, you can pick it up.
Need a test tube.
Oh, you have to use the test tube for the reagent. Okay. Is there any information in here? Yeah.
No, there's no directions. This is...
Tim says blue on left, yellow on right. There you go.
I seriously want to know how the fuck you're supposed to know how to do this.
Yeah, I don't know. We probably missed a document or something.
The door of the refrigerated cabinet mustn't stay open too long.
Purple.
Okay. Blue was on the left. Yellow was on the right.
Perhaps the Bible will guide you.
Take it. Take it where?
And can you go in the other room?
You have to put blood in the right one.
Oh.
Ew.
Ew.
What kind of diseased mess is that?
Well, sir, sorry, but you're dying. You'll be dead in 5 minutes. Okay, try to pick it up now. Can you... Okay, well, it's probably not here. You have a funnel. I don't know what that's for.
I don't think I can take it out of the room.
Pick it up and see if you can interact with that now that you put blood on both sides.
No. Yep, don't know what to do with it.
Is it a time thing that you have to just, like, wait for the reaction?
It already did stuff.
Yeah. Drink it. All right, Tim. What do we do with it? Trying to read this guide is not easy to decipher.
Yeah, it's not easy to do in the game either.
There's got to be, like, something that we missed.
It's probably like in a book back in the inn. One of the books on the shelf that you were supposed to pull out and read and look at how to do a blood type test.
What's this?
Exercitatio anatomica de mortu cordis et sanguinis in animalibus. A reprint of the famous book by William Harvey, who discovered in 1629 the circulation of blood.
So what's it say in your inventory now?
Treatise on statistics, theory and practice.
Oh, they're different books?
Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, dude?
Excerpt from the medical chronicles of the Bucharest Royal Academy.
I mean, at least he's reading them, presumably, so you don't have to, like, look through all the text.
The Descent of Man by Charles Darwin.
Okay. Here's the P anomaly. So this is what she wrote. She wrote along with Heinrich von Krüger.
All right. Well,
we can't read it though. P syndrome.
P syndrome.
A volume in German. It concerns the discovery of blood types by Karl Landsteiner.
Is it in documents? Oh. No, that's... So you're not actually keeping any of this to read or anything. This is all we get. You can see that the blood reacts right down the reaction. Is that on the form? I guess. They're supposed to fill out? Oh God, what? Ego's about to quit. Oh no, why? The ratio? The ratio of simple polynuclear How do you test that?
Granulocytes in percents?
Per milliliters of blood? How would you test that? It wouldn't make sense to send us back to the inn, though. Like, why would she ask us to do this if the information wasn't here?
Blood type? How would I know this stuff?
It's got to be in the test, but I don't know how to administer the test. Because you have to test, like, the last 3, she said.
It didn't tell us this. It didn't tell us this, did it? Like, to put drops of liquid in the plate. Yeah, I did it.
I mean, you could look back through the dialogue, but I don't know if she said anything that was helpful.
She definitely didn't tell me how to do it. Then you'll be able to do it yourself. All she said was draw your blood and put it in the cabinet. That's all we should have had to do.
You only know what that is because you did it in high school? Can't decipher this? What is it? What does it say?
This is insane, guys. I'm sorry. This is fucking...
It's nonsense. The dots are... I know how it works, but I don't know how to explain it. It looks like some are filled out. Some of the sheets.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of the older ones are.
7%, 93%. So you have to test the other blood to know what blood types look like?
Why do you have to do this?
Yeah, why couldn't he just know his blood type?
Why couldn't you just take a vial of your blood and put it in the cabinet? It would have been enough blood gross out stuff. Why am I doing chemistry? It's a Dracula game. This is crazy.
Well, this guy was a priest and he had A blood type, so maybe... He also had the P anomaly.
This is wasting so much time, guys. I'm sorry. I had no idea it was going to be like this. All the rest of them have been silly.
I was going to say we knew we were getting into a Dracula, but this is absurd. It's interesting that it's called the Kruger test. They have information on the blood type, they have books on it, but yet it doesn't really... How would you know how to do this?
How would you know how to figure this out?
Within the game. The walkthrough has a graph with the blood types?
Is the answer the same every time?
You missed the dancing vampire strippers? See if this works, okay?
Arno is B. Yeah. This Arno is us.
Yeah. We are Arno. Go to next. Okay.
That's Stefan Luca. He's sample number 813.
Stefan. Isn't that the journalist?
Yes. He's O. And then the next one is Janos. Man, everybody that stops through this town, she's getting their blood. B.
I'm telling you, she's shady. She's working with Dracula.
And 811 was Yonel.
Yonel?
Yonel.
Perfect.
AB.
So they're
Sure of
all
my results.
different.
Maria should be happy. I've done my work well.
Okay, so it let us fill out the forms without actually doing the chemistry.
I thought you were going to have to do all the percentages. I was like, how the fuck would you do
I
that?
thought-
Finish the
Yeah.
sample and the tests. Have you been back long?
Have you been
I
back
should've come
long?
with you, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
I'm
you
delighted
fucking
to be of
should have.
assistance.
Have
But
you been
now
back?
I have to think of my
She
own
came
work.
back and
Of
she didn't
course.
help us?
I hope
She's
your
just reading her
investigation's going
magazine.
well.
I'm
It has changed
enraged.
character. As strange as it might seem, I now am ordered to study some supernatural creatures, vampires.
Vampires? Like Dracula?
Dracula?
Don't you know it?
Dracula?
It's a wonderful novel. I'll get it for you.
Yeah, she's working with Dracula. She's dating him.
Whoa, are there actually going to be vampires in this Dracula game or just more chemistry?
Look at this book. It's Dracula by Bram Stoker. Oscar Wilde said it was the most beautiful novel of the century.
You would have had to do it trial and error with no directions. And also, you have to clean it and wash your hands every fucking time.
How?
Wow.
I would not have understood that that was what you're supposed to do.
But what a waste of the blood samples. Just thinking practically, what a waste of the blood samples, because you're taking it
Yeah.
every time to try and do these blind trial and error guess experiments. Fuck you.
This was before
Fuck
science.
you.
This was before science. That's what they had to do.
That's insane. This is why people say you're just pretty and not a good doctor.
Yeah, because you make them do, you make people
What a
coming off
massive
the
novel.
street for treatment, and
Let's
she's like,
peruse
"Go
it
do
to
my
see
job."
If there are any interesting parts.
Dude, 546?
They
Is this
put
the
the entire novel? No, Bible blink, Bible blink,
Bible blink.
Bible blink. The Bible signal.
How was it that all the people at Bistritz and on the coach had some terrible fear for me? What meant the giving of the crucifix, of the garlic, of the wild... Sorry, I yawned.
Oh, it just...
Okay, well, Wild Rose, that's a grave. That was growing by the grave where the amnesiac girl was killed.
Mm-hmm.
The mountain ash we just picked up, that was at the drawbridge.
Yep.
Giving of the crucifix, we know there's one in the room next to us that we can take.
Mm-hmm.
And garlic was on that bowl in the office.
Okay, well, we know where all this shit is, at least.
Okay, there's probably a lot of these random hint clues around.
I was captivated by this novel. And you know the strangest thing? The author used Vlad Tepes as his model for the character of Dracula.
Vlad Tepes? The voivode?
The very same one. The one who used to rule from the Castle of Twilight, whose ruins you must have noticed. Vlad Tepes, nicknamed Dracula.
Lacious Eco giving a girl boss a hard time.
Tim, hold on, I'm gonna go back and eat the spoiled shrimp in the trash to get out of this.
Aw, Tim.
Sorry, Tim. For real though, when I went to put sauce on that pasta that I ate for dinner, the seal was broken.
Ah! And you ate it?
No, I didn't eat it.
Oh, I was gonna say, you're gonna vomit
I pulled
tomorrow.
it out of the cabinet and I thought that's weird because the little clicky button on the top was clicking. I opened the lid and it didn't make that pop noise. It wasn't like blue and furry inside, but I was like, hell no.
Nah.
Don't know how that happened, but I probably did something stupid, like open it and pour out a little bit to finish something else and then put it back in the cabinet instead of the fridge.
Maybe. Or
All
someone
right.
just wanted a taste in the store. And then they put it back.
No, that's my worst fear. Oh. Hey, your co-author called while you were out. Oh, wait, he worked with Martha, not Maria.
This lady
I
didn't
can
write a
guess
book.
what
She can't
comes
even do her
next.
job.
He wants me to call back as soon as possible.
You don't really want to, if I'm not mistaken.
Really, what gave it away?
Professor Kruger is a great scientist. He worked with Martha and now insists on me continuing her research. But I haven't a research scientist's soul. Anyway,
Or a
it's too
nurse's
much work.
soul.
Now, isn't that a shame?
Too much
Please,
work.
Father, no sermons. I promise that I'll take it upon myself to finish the analyses he wants from me.
I bet you won't.
Your current job seems to be too much work for you since you just outsourced it to me.
She's just gonna wait for the next sad person to come in.
Did you have a patient at all, or did you just go out dancing?
Somebody who comes in with tuberculosis and she's like, okay, can you do this for me? Bye.
Oh, no, I'm being called away.
For the rest of this chapter, it basically said to just talk to everyone again and call a bunch of people on the phone.
This is, I'm really sorry, guys. This is one of the most boring video games I've ever played. I mean that very seriously. Could you give me a medical point of... Could you give me a medical
I'm
point of
sad
view
of the-
concerning the belief in vampires?
I'm sad at the lack of, like,
I'm afraid not.
Dracula
For me, vampires are
cutscenes.
romantic fictional characters, not subjects to be studied.
Oh, she was reading it. This is her 50 Shades of Grey.
This is the skin of a killer, Maria.
It's definitely the worst of these by a long way. How many of these have you played, Pond?
Alright, some members of the parish say they were cured after...
How many
In
are
fact,
there?
I did observe several spontaneous cures, but, you know, this sort of thing happens...
Shut up. Are you sure Bram Stoker's Dracula is really...
You're just gonna go around telling people to
Stoker
shut up.
speaks of this voivod Dracula who earned his nickname attacking the Turks beyond the Great River at the very border of their country. That clearly signifies Vlad Tepes.
This was
That
a
prince
different
spent his
team
youth as a
from the
captive
first
of
two?
the Turks. Afterwards, he fought them fiercely.
What does Dracula
The
mean?
word has two meanings, devil or dragon.
That's convenient. Did the
Did
novel...
the novel have much success?
Yes.
It's been
It
translated
did.
into every language, and I
Every
heard that
language?
the director Murnau is going to do a film version, but I don't know if I will have the opportunity to see the movie.
Oh yeah, you're just so busy. I met Stefan
I
Luca.
like him. One day he came to the dispensary and took a picture of me. He gave me some prints.
That's okay.
Janos is staying at the
I know
inn.
him. He came to the dispensary too to give his blood.
And then do my work for me that day.
Oh, it's very kind of you to.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Wait, Dracula's still on the table. Can you take it?
No.
But the Bible's blinking.
Young Miss is bad. Very bad.
She wants blood, and blood she must have or die. Okay, so they're going to do a transfusion. All right. Click again, just in case he needs the information. Oh, there's a red mark on her throat.
Full moonlight, I could see the noise was made by a great bat which wheeled around. So he turned into a bat. Yay. They're always...
Find this great undead, cut off his head, burn his heart, or drive a stake through it, so the world may rest from him. Van Helsing! Closing the tomb so the undead may not enter. They cannot die, but must go on, age after age, adding new victims and multiplying the evils of the world. For all that die from this vampire which is amongst us is of himself so strong in person as 20 men. He is of cunning more than mortal, for his cunning may be the growth of ages. He can command all the meaner things, the rat, the owl, the bat, the moth, the fox, and the wolf. He can grow and become small, and he can at times vanish. Well, he seems OP. Someone please nerf. Dracula OP. He throws no shadow, no reflection in the mirror. He can see in the dark.
How many? Okay, that...
Well, I guess we'll have it. These devs are some of the remnants of the team that did Cryo's Atlantis games. Love those dearly, but they're completely mad, insane, bonkers. This is like the less exciting, cheap version of that sort of thing.
Oh, we have one of those.
When you say, oh, we do. When you say
It'd
like
be better for me to call from the inn.
bonkers, why? When you say bonkers,
I
do you
have
mean
to talk
like?
with Janos. I wonder if he knows that his great hero, Vlad.
Do you mean like it's just a lot, or do you mean the story is just silly?
Is he still up there at the fucking castle?
Hey, Alpha Lion. We are playing Dracula 3 today.
And it's boring as shit.
Things happen in them that are entirely crazy in the Atlantis games. How would you rank them compared to the first 2 Dracula games? Much higher. From the first 2, not even this one. There he is. Howdy.
Hello, Janos.
But use a guide.
I have a surprise
Fair.
What do you know? Anything can
What do
happen.
you know?
I was talking about the same subject with Stefan Luca, who just arrived.
for you. You're more useful to me because you're a historian. I have several questions to ask you.
You do literally have several questions to ask, don't you, my man?
Well, he is researching.
I'm gonna throw myself down the stairs in a minute.
The recognized expert on the subject was Professor Van Bergen.
The great Orientalist. The man who crisscrossed Asia for the English Secret Service?
The very one. At his death, his superb collection was...
So
Okay,
Professor
fucking
Boxoff
whatever.
would be the person to consult?
Without
Yeah,
a
I will
doubt,
say we haven't,
she possesses
aside from
remarkable pieces
taking
on the
our own
subject you are
blood,
interested in.
we haven't really solved any
manuscript.
puzzles.
We
A
haven't solved.
biography
We
of
haven't had a
Vlad
puzzle to solve. We haven't.
Hey,
Good.
we got that one
I shall get
piece
in touch with her.
of the...
I'm bored. I'm bored as hell.
Aww.
This sucks.
Aww.
This isn't fun.
Aww.
What kind of an aw is that? Is that a shut up and keep playing aw?
No, it's just... You're just getting fussy.
Yeah, right. Kita being very sincere.
That's okay. It's 11:30.
Considered a vampire. I don't
That's a
fucking
legend
care.
for-
This is so boring.
It's a...
Like, you don't even need to listen to
I
this shit. You just need to click through the dialogue options and look at your objectives to see what you to do next. This is so stupid.
It is a checklist.
And look, we have to go back there and ask him for another phone number to make another phone call. This is so fucking boring.
It's been hours. We haven't had a single homoerotic interaction with Dracula.
Look, we walked
Dang it.
over there to talk to him finally about Dracula. And he's like, go back where you came from and talk to that other guy that you've already talked to twice and get another phone number to make another phone call.
Pond, I'm glad that you're being a good sport about eco-hating this game.
I mean, he said it was the worst of the 5.
I was trying to be gentle for Pondwater's feelings.
You're not playing.
I'm here. I helped with the blood.
You're just riffing.
I riff. That's what I do. I'm riffing. I knew about the cotton balls. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not like, oh, my favorite game.
The gas.
Oh, my favorite game. I love going from person to person, calling phones, and then finding other phone numbers. But you can't use the phone in the dispensary for some reason.
What? You crisscross this town like 6 times in a row.
Dude, Dracula should have swept down and eaten you by now. You gave him so many opportunities. Washing my hands every 10 seconds.
To draw your own blood and fucking determine your blood type. Oh, and can you do the last 3? Because I didn't feel like it. Bye, I'm going out with my girlies. Wait, did you leave instructions for me? No, goodbye.
No, you did stuff once. You're a priest. You should know how to test your own blood.
Like, you literally have to trial and error your way through a chemistry experiment in a Dracula game. Why?
Hey,
Why?
it's blood related.
Who thought of this? It was like
A scientist.
it's not the magic school bus. Like, it's just why?
magic school bus journey through Dracula's lair.
Like, that would belong in like a magic school bus, like human body game. Here's how you can determine your blood type. Kids, did you know
that still seems like a lot for the magic school bus?
Okay, they wouldn't have you do it.
Dracula's like, what the hell is he doing?
And then, like, you found the book on the shelf. That was enough. That was your idea to turn around and click on the book on the shelf.
It was my idea.
And it was interactable. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be the directions on what to do. Nope.
No.
A text in German from 1605 detailing the discovery of blood types.
By Darwin.
And a book by Darwin. Does that elucidate anything? Nope. You just go back over there and click on the chemistry set some more. It's like, wait, can I try this? Nope, that was a mistake. Wait, can I try this? Hey, wash your hands with soap. Fuck you.
Personally, my favorite part was that we could just sit here and read Dracula.
You
the
could
whole
read-
thing.
Yeah, if you wanted to read the entirety of Dracula, it's there. I would have more fun reading the entirety of Dracula to you on stream than playing this. This is crazy.
I don't know how they got away with putting the entire text of Dracula in this. I guess it...
Public domain.
I guess so. All of Dracula being in this game is amazing, isn't it, though? Like, you could just take your time and read the entire book if you wanted to. You're like, oh, I think I'm going to see what this Dracula is all about.
Whoa, was this novel successful? I don't... Let me fight the monster!
You don't want to talk to the locals?
If in the other ones by this time, we would have already been in Turkey on the path of the dragon. And somebody would have tried to kill us at least twice.
If only we were in Turkey. We needed an eco rant sometime this Twitch miss. I think it surpasses my Arkham Knight rant for sure.
Hey, bitch. You have a phone number to give me.
Father, we have to follow the path of the dragon.
Yes, please. Let's go to Turkey.
Since Martha went
Let's
there,
do anything.
Go to Turkey.
I don't think that my superiors would appreciate that initiative.
Istanbul
However,
to Constantinople.
I promise that I'll
Anything
think
to
about
get
it.
out of this game. Yeah.
That's not gonna help. Hey, this is important information. He might have a phone number. He might have a phone number.
Give me the phone number.
No, this is text. This is Eco's Joker moment. Yeah, I think it is. I am like so much less bothered than you are.
Have you returned to the dispensary? You know he has. We just played with your blood over there, man. Thanks for being a humanitarian. Now, you and Maria, were you romantically involved?
I wish you could have.
Look, why this document gathering?
Well, that's a real
Yeah,
that's a real
question, motherfucker. Why is this document?
Martha said it was the only way to discover objects and symbols related to each trial. She added that without that knowledge, it was impossible to attain the end of the
He
path.
sounds so into it finally. That was like the most excitement he had. Oh no, he's leaving. Oh no, you have to take your hoodie off. He's stripping. He's losing it. Luna's watching with mild concern from her bed, like, what's going on over there?
Janos Peckmaster told me you knew Professor Van
Peckmaster.
Durkin. Peckmaster?
Sound like he's a gym rat. Janos Peckmaster.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Janos Peckmaster here. Oh, got another workout video for you guys real quick to start out this week.
First, you gotta know your blood type.
Of course, like always, the first thing you do when you walk into the gym, you gotta wash your hands with soap.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Better than Peen Master.
Peckmaster's my new D&D barbarian. Good.
Irina
That should be your new
Buxov?
Baldur's
I tried
Gate
to
character.
contact her, but I was rejected. She's incredibly mistrustful. It's a shame, because I think she knows a great deal about the path of the dragon.
I would reject
You?
you
Phone
too.
number.
I don't
Who
know.
knows? Maybe I'll be luckier than you.
Oh,
You
he
think
was
so?
talking.
Possibly. You're a priest. That inspires trust. Call 445-827 in Budapest. But whatever you do, don't say you know me.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
From the IGN review, forget blood sucking, these puzzles are soul sucking? We haven't even really done a puzzle. When he went to sleep and there was that, like, that scary scene, I was like, oh, something's gonna happen here.
Yeah, there were so many times that I thought something's about to happen. And we're still
Look, we're getting so many,
here.
we're gonna have to scroll soon.
Call Budapest. Our phone bill at this little inn is
This is Father Arno Moriani.
so high.
Hello, Professor. At the request of my hierarchy, I'm investigating the persistence of certain superstitions. You are an authority on questions of folklore and popular beliefs.
You flatter me. Let's say that I have had the good fortune to inherit the library of my predecessor, Professor Herman.
What
The belief
exactly
in
is your
those imaginary
investigation?
creatures called
Vampires.
Vampires.
Vampires. You're interested in vampires.
Just to demystify
Yes.
them, the Catholic Church wants to fight this superstition.
I have serious reserves about getting into the subject. I am in great demand, you know.
Oh, you think
Could
pretty
you be
highly of
more
yourself,
precise
Irina.
About the framework
I'm
in
in
which you're
great
conducting
demand,
your
you
inquiry.
know.
I was entrusted with it by Monsignor Felicio Briganti of the Congregation of Rites. If need be, you
We
can
just gave
contact
her
him by
his phone
calling
number.
Vatican 63.
Your references are serious. I'll accept to help you, Father, but I don't trust the telephone. Could you visit me at my office in Budapest?
Dracula could be listening.
Certainly. As early as tomorrow, if it's all right with you.
Very good. I'll expect you.
Yeah, let me just catch a
Oh, I
train to
forgot.
Hungary.
I was told that you possess a volume related to my inquiry. A biography of Vlad Tepes?
That's true. Professor von Bergen left me Michel Beheim's account in verse. It's a 15th century manuscript, very precious. But did you know that the
It
German
is
prose version was
precious
reprinted in
to me.
1905? It's a brochure entitled Geschichte Dracula Vida, brought out by the Friends of the Vatican Library.
Published by the Friends of the Vatican Library? In that case, it won't be difficult for me to procure a copy. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye,
Dracula
Father.
hacking the phone line. Yeah, you just hear like a he's like giggling at them. He's like, these idiots.
God damn. So all that did was give us go find this book.
Take a look. It's in a book.
I have to call Monsignor Briganti to alert him that I'm going to Budapest.
Do I now? Whoa! I'm gonna call Monsignor Briganti.
Can you call your ex-wife?
I'm a priest. I don't have any wife.
Number, please.
Well, that's why she's your ex-wife.
I divorced her when I became a priest.
Yeah.
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno
Hi.
Moriani.
Delighted to
You
hear
could just
your
say,
voice.
it's Arno.
Oh, Mr. Devil's Advocate.
No, this is
what's
the
weather
1920s.
like
You had to
in
use your entire
Transylvania?
name.
Stormy. But that doesn't bother
It's
me.
not
It
stormy.
gives the countryside a
Yeah, it
kind of
is. Every
tragic
time we go
color.
outside, it
My
looks
goodness,
horrible.
Arno,
Like
you
it
haven't
looks,
changed.
it's all dark.
What can I do for you?
I intend to go have a discussion with Professor Irina Buxov in Budapest to complete my file on vampires.
Very good.
you be
Can
coming
you
back
call a
to Rome
phone
directly
sex
after?
hotline?
If you don't see any problem with it, I'll go back to Vladiviste first.
Can you imagine those back in the
I'll
day?
be more tranquil there to write out my conclusions.
Ah, an excellent idea. You'll be able to take advantage of the...
I almost forgot. Could you have a work that was published by the Friends of the Vatican Library sent to me?
Certainly.
It's a bound volume, Geschichte Dracula Vaida, reprinted in 1905.
No problem. I'll send
I
it
think
to
the
you
problem
at
is
your
that a lot of the information is
Let me
rehashed
insist on
because
one
you have to
point,
like call
Otto.
someone else and be like, here, you know, I'm gonna repeat this
important that you
information.
consult the best.
I understand.
And after you've finished your work,
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
be well.
Alicia's. Oh no, my ankle is showing.
Can you put our daughter on the line? I've handcuffed the hotel clerk to the desk and got fired.
Fun fact: the X-Files theme got muted on Twitch.
That was quick.
Yep.
Take the train. Good.
Go on foot. Walk there.
Get me the fuck out of here. Oh,
Ozana,
I think you have
I'm
to go to
leaving
bed.
for Budapest for a day or two. Would you please keep my room?
Or can you just go to the train?
Well, that is...
Naturally, I'll pay you for my keep, even for the nights that I'm not here.
In that case, of course, Father. I'll keep your room for you.
You saw that on the VOD, wasn't surprised? Yeah. The train's coming for you.
distant train noises. Oh, is something gonna happen?
It's so loud. He looks dead.
You got assassinated.
He died on the train. What weird vision is this?
That was Maria.
Oh.
Doing nothing as usual.
Doing nothing.
I need to go make coffee.
Okay.
I just do.
Go for it.
I was waiting for
You
some
have
kind of...
strawberry milk in there if you
Oh, yeah, I do.
if you want to be cheered up.
I just want to get to something.
We did. We took a train.
We took a train.
We left Transylvania.
It's a big... After 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's my birthday. Be happy. I'm happy
Wow,
for
Wildcat.
you. Now you can talk to everyone and make phone calls in Budapest.
Surely there will be vampires here. Here. Oh, hold on.
Slam this monster.
There wasn't that much left. All right. I'm in control now. Oh, here's Herman.
This is no time to leave.
Oh, fuck off. All right.
Come in.
Father Arno, I presume?
That
You
hair.
didn't have too much difficulty finding my office?
That hair.
The concierge
Ma'am.
told me what I needed to know. You have a wonderful place.
All the art objects surrounding me were bequeathed by my mentor and friend, the late Professor Herman von Bergen.
I know his reputation. He was a great traveler.
And a distinguished scholar. But tell me, did you have a pleasant journey?
Yes, thank you. I admired the Transylvanian landscape, then I fell asleep.
And you've come from Transylvania?
From Vladiviste, to be
Then I
precise.
fell asleep.
The homeland of Vlad the Impaler.
Me too.
You made the right choice of locales to investigate vampires. Herman went there too when he was young.
Style my hair like a shitty hat.
He never told me. I've had various hypotheses, of course, but I must confess, the question intrigues me. And to think that the answer might lie behind you. The personal papers of Herman are in this strongbox. He died suddenly and didn't have the time to give me the code for opening it.
Well,
Could I try to open it?
what is
I'm no
the
expert in the matter,
poison?
but with a little luck.
Gladly.
Does
I'd
that
be
mean that if
very
you try to
grateful if
open
you
it,
managed to open Herman's strongbox.
you'll be poisoned? The hell is this?
It's a container of acid.
Oh.
If anyone tries to force the strongbox, it breaks and destroys everything within it.
I
won't examine this document without permission.
Ask for permission then.
I won't examine this document without permission.
I'd be very grateful if you managed to open Herman's strongbox.
What?
This is no time to be telephoning.
Sir.
This lock is incredibly noisy. Or has my ear become more sensitive?
Hmm.
I can't get over how clearly I can hear the mechanism. It's extraordinary.
Is this a date? I didn't hear one for this one. Yeah, that's what I think.
I found the combination.
I did it!
MVCCXX. Looks like a number in Roman numerals.
Chen, are you proud?
Thank you for opening the strongbox, Father. Would you be so kind as to deposit the contents on my desk?
She's not gonna do shit either. I could have gotten freaking acid to the face. There.
A wax cylinder and a letter. Let's see the letter.
Pick it up yourself. Okay. Thought she was telling me to give it to her.
Very interesting.
Thank you, chat.
Are you familiar with the name of Bram Stoker?
He's
Never
the
heard
author
of him.
Dracula. I had the opportunity of perusing his novel.
This is a letter from Mr. Stoker addressed to Herman. Read it, please.
Okay. Dear Master, must admit that your last letter caused me some grief. I hereby hope to reassure you and above all convince you that I did not misuse the fascinating history that you recounted to us at the Beefsteak Club. I'm not over Beefsteak Club. You've heard of the Pink Pony Club? Let me introduce you to the Beefsteak Club. Above all, please know that I've never doubted the gravity of this matter. It is precisely for that reason that I've found it a good source of inspiration. I understand that you do not wish to be troubled, since all you did was to perform your duty. However, during that memorable meeting at the club, you most certainly suggested that we employ prudence and discretion, and you did not require us to keep an absolute secret. Crap. Sounds like your kind of club. Why act in such a manner if not because you wished, in one way or another, to warn humanity against the terrible danger that you had faced? And is this not the real reason for which you have confided in us? Or if it is impossible to reveal the naked truth without bringing you any prejudice, what better means of warning our contemporaries against the lords of the night than a novel that reveals their tricks, and especially the means to destroy them? Thus I had reasoned, and that is why I wrote my Dracula, this book of which you disapprove today. Consider, however, that I have moved the action from Transylvania to England, that I created 2 distinct characters from your Luciana. In other words, that I considerably altered your story, which, must we note, recounts events that are already 24 years old. Is this not enough to protect you? Wasn't Luciana the ghost girl that was in the room next to our room at the inn? As to your other criticisms, do not they contradict the first ones? Because after having reproached me for having disclosed too much, you accuse me of deforming and watering down the facts. It is true that I often let my imagination and sensibility guide my quill. The greatest liberty that I took was no doubt to give my novel a happy end, but the story of a failure could have generated such distress when we wished, on the contrary, to inspire hope and the desire to fight. Finally, you wrote, I would have preferred that you do not quote me. To my deepest regret, in order to respect your will, I have struck out from the drafts your real family name. Will you at least allow me to designate you by the Latin form of your name? Arminius? Without that, I would feel guilty of literary ingratitude. Please accept my sincere devotion and admiration, Bram Stoker. I don't know if Bram would, approve of this. My guy wrote on the back that the character Dracula is based on Vlad Tepes and then says he kept everyone anonymous.
This cylinder was cut with a process that's no longer in use. I have to find a machine that can read it. I'll keep you informed.
What do you mean he wrote that letter himself?
So then Stoker was inspired by a story told him by Professor von Bergen, the story of events that had taken place in Transylvania, perhaps in Vladoviste?
I can't believe they're getting meta with
Professor
this.
Van Bergen knew Bram Stoker?
Yes, but I ignored
They're like,
all the details
oh,
that are
it's a
recounted
real
in this letter.
story.
I only knew that Stoker had cited Herman among the sources
Dracula's
inspiring
nonfiction.
him, and Herman was not flattered.
Had the professor foreseen the novel's success?
In no way. One day he told me, speaking of Stoker, that irresponsible man didn't understand half of what I told him. He's peddling errors that could cost people their lives. Fortunately, his book will be quickly forgotten.
F.
The first trace we have stems from ancient Babylon. The creation poem contains sinister allusions to Lilith, the unappeasable, who sucks the blood of newborns.
Girl boss.
Several centuries later, the Odyssey evokes dead people who crowd together to drink at a blood-filled ditch. But it's in Europe, beginning in the 14th century, that veritable epidemics of vampirism are described. They would continue until the 18th century, a period which left us much written testimony.
For example?
The famous Visum and Repertum report, written in 1732 by a retired Austrian military doctor. In it, we learn in abundant detail how Serbian peasants open a vampire's grave and execute him by driving a stake through his heart.
What an energetic method.
It's
What
very
an
widespread.
energetic method.
In Russia, they use an aspen stake. In other places, it's made of hawthorn, from which Christ's crown of thorns was woven.
Belief in vampires must lead to much desecration of graves?
It has to. Reports describe hundreds of grave openings.
The vampire's cadaver is identifiable because it's perfectly conserved. It often appears swollen by the blood it has absorbed. The
Ew.
blood stains its clothes, its nails, or its mouth. It's sometimes so abundant that it overflows the coffin.
You speak of vampires as if they existed. Reassure me, you don't really believe in them, do you?
What do you mean by believe, Father?
I mean, do you think that vampires have a real, objective existence?
Real or objective? You must choose, Father. Because the only immediate reality is subjective. The rest are just hypotheses.
All right, your viewpoint is unassailable. So let me reformulate my question. According to you, has the existence of vampires been demonstrated?
Jean-Jacques Rousseau said, "If ever there was in the world a warranted and proven history, it is that of vampires."
Is
Nothing
that
is
what he
lacking.
said?
Official reports, affidavits of well-known people, of surgeons, of priests, of magistrates. The evidence is most complete.
Is that what he said?
Yet all these stories and affidavits seem very confused to me. I sense nothing coherent behind it all. Didn't you say yourself that the traditions don't
Hair
agree?
is so distracting. It is.
Don't take the legends literally. I think they are the deformed reflection of a truth that is even more horrible. This book, The
He
Lords
said
of
a lot of
Twilight,
weird
is
stuff
the most rigorous
on-
volume ever written on vampires. Open it.
She looks like a mean principal. The Lords of Twilight or the fulfillment of the race. Okay. Howdy. I solved the puzzle.
You got a puzzle?
Not really. Basically, we came here and she was like, you should open this guy's safe. He's dead, and never was able to give me the code. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to figure out the code? So I went over to the safe and there's acid above it. So like, if you fuck up, presumably it will go off and destroy everything and maybe you.
Jesus.
So I just started like flipping the letters because I thought it was going to spell something. And then he heard a clicking noise and he was like, whoa, I can hear this clicking sound. So like I just went and listened and then just put it on every click, and it ended up being a year written out in Roman numerals.
Nice. Good solve.
And now apparently she is alleging that Dracula is real and Bram Stoker wrote about the real Dracula, and it's like essentially creative nonfiction. Yeah, it got real meta. Eco just like shriveled up in hatred. Like there's like a letter from Bram Stoker that I read. It was in the save. And he was like, I changed the name of your family for the book.
Fucking wow. This woman's hair is something else? Who?
Oh, the lady
is
we're
there
talking
somebody
to.
behind this
The
book screen?
professor.
Oh, Irina?
Yeah. His hearing is mysteriously very good now. Yeah, like, is he becoming a vampire somehow? Was he bitten? Does he have the P? Is he P
Do
positive?
you have the P anomaly?
Is he P positive?
Positive.
Probably.
Oh, God. Did you need my notebook?
No, you left it there. I didn't touch it.
Oh.
You set it down there.
Oh. Welcome back. Thanks. Thanks.
The first thing you do is come back and burp.
Reproduction and selection?
Okay.
Were you reading through this?
I was just kind of like skimming.
In numerous species, the reproduction is independent of sexuality. It is the case with the lords? Oh, is it like a vampire lord?
Sure.
Lords of Twilight? Like a band.
Edward.
Edward. Oh my god, it's getting into Lilith.
Yeah.
Thus man must engender Ubermensch,
Superman.
not only from a metaphorical point of view, but from a symbolical one, as the philosopher understood it, but also on the very concrete level of biology
Go back
and the
one.
balance of power.
Go back one. There's the path of the dragon.
Are at the crossing points of the real, the symbolic, and the magical.
They're tremendously selective, and if it happens that exceptional beings overcome one or two of them without realizing fully the journey they are undertaking, completing it requires a total commitment, an unfailing will, as well as an intangible factor that we may call demonic grace, because no one can become Lord without the favor and the approval of a Lord.
So, where did the first ones come from? The path received this name in honor of the most remarkable lord in history, Vlad Tepes Dracula, the Dragon. Vlad, the Dragon Dracula.
Go back. Go back one. Reproduction of a virtually immortal species must be strictly limited, or the food, the human cattle, will soon become insufficient. Thus, it is impossible to accept that immortality could be transmitted through a simple bite as a contagious disease. Such a belief is constantly refuted by the facts. The manner in which the lords complete their ranks is entirely different. It's a process of selection and co-optation that sources after the 15th century. Okay, it's Path of the Dragon. Initiatory journey offers to the human being who undertakes it the chance to transcend his condition in order to join the lords.
Oh, we're going to become a vampire.
I guess so. That's what I was wondering, if that's what this was. Because she was all talking about, she was like, Path of the Dragon. It's like, well, this doesn't seem like a way to defeat him unless you become a vampire and then you fight him.
And if it is the latter's pleasure, the human receives the baptism of blood, which confers immortality, that which a Christian author referred to as the power to live beyond the grace of God. We are going to become a vampire priest.
We may already be on our way because of the weird hearing.
We didn't get bitten by anything, though.
That you know of. He had those weird visions.
Oh.
In the inn and then on the train.
Oh, her hair is crazy.
Wait, didn't he see Maria in that?
Yeah, he saw Maria in the...
I'm telling you, she's
think
working...
Maria's a vampire?
I don't know, but I think she's working with Dracula, and she might be infecting people with the P.
Oh, she might be.
With the P. And remember, they said she can't really heal people.
Yeah.
So maybe she's making them
no
sicker.
good at it. She's really pretty and not good at anything.
Apparently. That's all we know about her.
So there's the safe you opened.
Yes. So I guess you talked to the lady again.
The Lords of Twilight is the work of an insane person. It's sheer madness.
Father, the war that has just ended shows that the whole world can go mad. In less than 30 years, evil will seize power and the earth will once more catch fire.
That did happen in the 1950s.
It does happen.
After the carnage we went through, the world will take the time to let its wounds heal.
You'll see. The
Joke's
author
on
of the
you. It's
book,
going to be even
the
less than
Thule
that.
Society that publishes it, all of them are criminals who won't hesitate, trampling on corpses to gain power and eternal life. The war will come because of them and their like.
Look at all that.
Ask about the Path of the Dragon.
What do you think the famous Path of the Dragon consists of?
I don't know.
I see it as a way to force destiny, to attain, thanks to the Force, spheres forbidden to man.
How could that be possible?
Father,
do you
you
mean
are well
spheres?
placed to know that sacraments of good exist. You must accept that there are also sacraments of evil, handed down from time immemorial.
If they do exist, these sacraments can only be dangerous illusions.
She has a camel toe in her
They do
hair.
exist. 7 of them. 7 stages of the same route. 7 trials to change a man
Oh, they call
into
it giving head for a
bloodthirsty monster
reason.
who pretends to deal with God as an equal. The keys to the Path of the Dragon
Tim or
are hidden
DJM,
in
could you
ancient
get that?
documents. Take this occult work. It contains an illustration that I would ask you to examine carefully.
Thanks, Tim.
Moonlit, thank you for the resub for 43 months. Hope you enjoy your emotes. Thank you so much, Moonlit.
You look like you're about to take flight with your hair.
I know that painting. I saw it very recently. It's Raphael's crucifixion scene. Although, no, it's not precisely the same work.
Excellent memory. It is indeed a copy. We shall point out the differences with the original one by one.
Spot the difference!
This is not the required action!
I think you have to pick it from here.
Oh.
In the original painting, the angel on the left holds
The
two
original
chalices.
painting is black and white.
You sure? I remember that very well.
Why? Why should we do this?
Corporate wants you to
Yes.
see the differences between these two pictures. They're the same picture.
And we have to... They're not
It's
even
pointing
next to
that.
each other.
In your copy, the angel on the left is only holding one chalice.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tim.
That's the most flagrant difference. There's another one,
Tim
but
gets
you'll
it.
need a magnifying glass to see it.
You'll need a magnifying glass.
This doesn't even look like a magnifying glass
Focus your
icon.
magnifying glass on the base of the cross.
Don't look there. Inappropriate.
An
Inappropriate.
inscription, but
Sinner.
it's an ancient Enochian. Do not let your blood flow in vain. A strange locution. What meaning do you ascribe to all this?
Herman had an idea on the subject.
No.
I guess we don't get to know what Herman's thoughts were. Okay.
Do we have to talk to her? Be like, what were Herman's thoughts?
These variations between the two versions of the crucifixion are troubling. You say that Professor Van Bergen was able to interpret them?
Herman was convinced that the variations in the documents revealed the secrets of the path. Imagine yourself as a copyist, seeking to transmit a message to initiates.
Wildcat!
Two
Blasphemy.
methods are possible. Either you add an element to the original, or more subtly, you remove one.
The chalice?
Yes, it's absent from the copy, and I think it's a way to draw attention to it. The devil leaves his
This is
signature
very
in its
tell,
absence,
don't
Herman said.
show. And it's
Then the
supposed to be
chalice is
show, don't
important.
tell.
An object is associated with each
It's like,
stage
it's
of
just
the
like
path.
so much
I'd
exposition.
venture a guess that the chalice is one of
You know
them.
what I mean? It's like
There are
exposition
6
dump
others to discover.
What happens at the end of the route?
We already got it.
The initiate
Which is a big
must
no-no
accomplish one last rite.
in storytelling.
He won't be able to unless he's understood all he's achieved before.
Shut up.
This reminds me of a trilogy of point and click comedy games that use Renaissance art. Crap. Chat, I think we're both. I think we're both at the end here. It's midnight.
I'm speechless by this. This is like some kind of crazy, like, I don't know, history game.
It does feel a lot like you're being lectured.
It feels like a history
The
game.
visuals look a lot better though. Like they
It looks
did
a lot better,
improve
but-
that, so that's good. But yeah, the only thing we really did was open a safe
We've been playing.
and take our own blood.
We've been playing for 3 hours, over 3 hours, and
We
this
didn't even
is.
get to see Dracula's face.
We didn't get to see Dracula. We didn't get to see
We saw
an
his
enemy.
ring.
We didn't get to solve a puzzle until you got to the safe.
Yeah, you took your own blood. That was kind of a puzzle.
That was why was that in the game?
Eco's still upset about it. That's a good effort. Thanks, Pond.
You said this is an anomaly, like in these 5 games, so the others are not like this.
Well, Pon said this one was the worst one. I don't know how 4 and 5 compare.
Yeah. Just it's such a hard turn after 1 and 2.
What?
It's puzzling as to why you had to do these puzzles. I'm puzzled.
Well, at least it wasn't that expensive.
That's good.
Silver lining. It was more than Gollum, though.
You heard your name and saw your Twitch crash? It's okay. It was just, there was an auto mod thing.
Oh, you're fine, DJM.
Tim's here, though. He got it.
This was like $6. So, not too expensive.
So $2 an hour.
4 and 5 are really one game split in 2. They're short and different.
Huh.
Interesting. Are they like this, like real, like exposition dumpy? Or do you get to explore more? I feel like we didn't even really get to like look
We
around
didn't get
and
to
like
explore. We didn't get to do anything.
Because in the other one we were like going around the graveyard, like picking
Yeah.
up shit and
You solved
opening-
puzzles immediately. You
opening
were
graves.
opening graves. Yeah, we like we're going down secret passages. We snuck into the castle.
Dorco.
Dorco.
They're cheap even compared to this.
This might work. Merry Christmas!
Hi, Lily. How are you? Lily, thank you for the raid.
Hey, Lillian Raiders.
Welcome in.
This is
Hi, Lily.
probably a strange screen to come in and see.
Thank you for the kisses, Lily. Welcome. How was your stream? Were you playing Dark Souls?
My God, Dark Souls.
No, this seems perfect. This is like, you were? How's it going? We're like at our wit's end. We were playing Dracula 3, and it's very exposition heavy. Oh, it was rough. Cozy, though. Welcome to the polar opposite of Dark Souls.
This is supposed to be like a vampire. It's a point and click game, but it's supposed to be like a vampire, like Dracula adventure. We've done nothing but read texts and call people on the phone. It's so boring, and we've been playing for 3 hours. I've done nothing but call different people on the phone in a Dracula game.
We played the first 2. They were much more interesting.
Totally different than this.
Sounds like a desk job. It was that. Also, we had to draw our own blood because the nurse was like, hey, can you just do that? Oh, and can you test 3 other people's blood? I'm going to go. Bye. So we had to draw our own blood, which is probably the most like puzzle thing we've done.
It's the only puzzle thing that we had to do.
Lady, I don't work here. Exactly. We were like, what the fuck?
We've played the first 2 games. This is a series of 5 games.
Yeah.
We've played the first 2. And if you want to see, they're really good and they're really funny. And you, Kita has them up on her archive channel on YouTube. They're pretty short playthroughs. They were only ever like 1 or 2 streams. But they were really funny, and we thought this was going to be the same thing, but it's not. Very different game, so a little bit disappointed. But I'm impressed that you must be pretty good at Dark Souls for it to be cozy.
Yeah. Lily's a pro gamer.
You're a pro gamer.
Well, she 100% at Astrobot, and that looked horrible. Like the ending. I mean, like doing all the really hard levels. So she's a pro gamer. I wouldn't have the patience for that.
100% at Astrobot already. When did it come out? Oh, it's not that new, is it?
No, it's been out for a couple
Okay.
months.
Yeah, I like Bloodborne. Bloodborne's the only one of the Souls series that I've gotten any kind of distance into. But I have played the original Dark Souls, and not really for me. It's pretty brutal.
Very brutal.
I respect anybody that is good at that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we have some more friends. We could switch to something else, or why don't you go to bed and I will switch to something else.
I'm not tired. I'm just done with this game.
Oh, well, you put your head against your mic all like, I'm going to sleep.